All right, and we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are. I am artist, journeyman, and illustrator. At your service. Yes, after last week, I had to give myself an intro for that one too. If I did that for Bruce and Mads, then I have to do that one for myself as well. Anyway, I am Makini 90, artist, journeyman, and illustrator. And welcome back to another episode of Makini Live Season 6. And welcome to the first of 5 guest streams that we'll be having for the next 5 Sundays. I am very excited to be here. Very excited to introduce our guests. Now, before we get started, I have to say a couple things. Unfortunately, my teammates are not gonna be with me today. It's just gonna be me. Bruce is, Mads Malver is unfortunately under the weather. So have to so cost service. He's gonna have to just kind of watch in the chat. So hopefully we'll see her in the chats. And I did send the link out if she can later on. And Bruce decided that he was too good for us, and he had a family to entertain. That was more important than us. So, but however, that doesn't change. However, it's no problem. It's not going to be me. It's going to be the first guest, so it's just going to be me on my own, guys. But I think we can do it. So, without further ado, guys, I want to give you a huge Makini Live welcome. And I say Makini Live welcome this time because he has been on the channel before when I used to host Rogue Entertainment on Saturdays, but this is the full Makini Live introduction. Give a warm welcome to the one and only. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, 32 Flavors of Nickweiser.
What's up, chat? How you all doing? Happy Sunday. It feels good to be off on Sunday afternoon, and I've been wanting to link up with Makini for a while, so this is about time this has happened. We've had a lot.
How does it feel knowing that you're basically a waifu in my channel right now?
Dude, this is
at least I got the hair. At least I got the link to the hair right, though. Right. So, anyway, good to see you, my friend. I know it's been too long. I know we've been. Mm-hmm. I know we had to kind of push the stream back because of definitely circumstances. Life tends to get in the way. So this has been a long time coming. It was supposed to be. It was supposed to happen last season. Well, technically last year, but dates had pushed back. Don't worry, I was not mad at him for it. As long as he let me know ahead of time, and then just kind of just leave me there at the altar. Yeah, I was like, I'm not going through with this marriage. I'm sorry. I don't. I appreciate that, Nick. I thank you for that.
Oh, it's all good, man. I'm glad to be here because life has been crazy the last few months, which for the most part is good. It's just when things come up, like even when you want to get something going, like, I can't do that. Dude, my last week was crazy. Like when I told you before we started, like I had a wedding that I attended last night. And dude, that wedding almost had a wrench thrown in it because my engine on my car overheated. Luckily, it didn't get too bad. So it's actually got a chance to live. But just the fact that it happens, go figure, on the week of the wedding, and the wedding's over an hour away. And luckily, we got everything situated and fine. We adjusted. But it's just like, of course it happens. These crazy things happen when you got something coming up. They never want to happen when you got nothing going on. They never do.
Yes.
They never do.
And it's the same thing with me, first of the month. Of course, people know first of January. Took my test and got hit with the transformer variations. I had to be out for a week and coming back and jumping over to March now. I got my mouth is bothering. I got my freaking tooth now. It's just chipped and all that stuff, and I don't want to get into that. So,
dude,
it's life. It's life.
Yeah.
I just realized it was like after Friday, I was just like, you know what? It's life. Life just happens.
You persevere. You roll with the punches. You eat the pizza.
Exactly.
You smoke the beer, and you just roll on, man. And yet here we are. That's why we're going.
That's why we're here. But we're, I'm like this year has been such my big drive, and I have to before we move on to the next thing, I have to send a big, huge thank you to everyone in the freaking chat, everyone who has supported me for the past couple of weeks, because this is officially the first Makini Live at 800 subscribers.
Woo!
Yes. We're moving up.
Woo!
Woo! Yes!
Yeah!
You, however, you are close.
Yeah, I'm close. I'm overqualified on hours. I'm like 6K on hours.
You're overqualified.
I'm overqualified on hours, so yeah.
Where are you
it's a good problem to have.
I'm 869. Like, okay,
yeah.
You're elite. Okay, 869. Nice. You are. I'm at 806. So you're 63 subs ahead of me. We are getting so close to that 1K. I think we just need that, just like that push. Mm-hmm. It's been getting that push. We've felt an uptick. I think I've definitely felt an uptick in subs recently. So I think I'm trying to ride off of that, just take advantage of it every single way I can. So, but yes, I'm officially 800 now after a while. So
love it.
Now we're all in the 800. Now we're all in the 800. Now we're both in the 800 club, and we're so close to that 1,000. We can almost taste it.
Dude, right? It's teasing us. It's like I see you there, and I'm trying to reach out. I'm like, get over here now. Come on.
Especially this year when we had both, ETEP, Drew, and now I have to add Master to TDS and writing Raven.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, by the way, guys, if you have not subbed to Master TDS, please do so. They need the hours. They need the hours big time. Us, we're pretty much overqualified. Well, you're definitely over the mark. I am getting close.
You're going to get there, and it's going to be fantastic.
Yes. So, let's go ahead and begin. So, Nick, I know you already seen it, but I have to show it anyway.
Do it.
This is my as customary for every single guest I have on Makini Live. We have to do I have to do some art for our guest, and I figured because you like this hero, and this is my first time drawing him, the God of Thunder. First time, baby.
Dude.
Don't pay attention, Mike.
No, you're good, man. I like how Mjolnir seriously looks like a freaking sledgehammer too, because that hammer is huge.
Yes.
Huge.
So, I'm taking some cues from the MCU Ultimate Universe. And just like everything in between, so I gotta. It was like my first, like I said, first attempt. So you're very drawing, guys. So, but yes, I'm gonna be drawing and inking Thor, and of course, the time is already at 33 minutes. So I will be. I have no time limit. It's just as long as the stream, as long as I'm going, it keeps me from being distracted. I'll put it this way: this timer is starting to keep me from being distracted as I'm just going through. Unfortunately, I can't. Unfortunately, it's I gotta be highlighting the chat. I gotta say hi to everybody. I gotta make sure I acknowledge everyone here. We got 10 people here. Thank you guys so much for being here, guys. If you can, please step on that like button, share the stream out. Really appreciate y'all's support. Subscribe to Nickweiser. Subscribe to me. Everyone's links should be in the description box down below. So, ready to say hi to everybody in the chat? We got people waiting, Nick. You want ready to say hi?
I'm ready to say hello because I
All
see
right.
I see a lot of familiar faces. I see a few newbies, at least
Yeah.
new for me, I guess you could say in that regard. So
And
yes,
you're pretty much used to the fact that I'm not gonna be able to keep up with the chat.
that's
There's
fine.
no way.
I
There's
got
no
it.
way.
I can
It's
hold
gonna
the
be
fort down
it's
on
gonna be
that.
just like if there was a way I could get my panelists to be able to highlight messages,
There is actually.
that'd be awesome.
There is now. Where
There is?
you on Toxic Tuesday, which obviously I got Mark D with a C, and Mark he I gave him a link where he now like he can highlight stuff for me. He can catch on to things as well. It's great. It's awesome. I'll have to show
I
you
might
later.
Do the same.
It's great.
And let Mads.
It's great.
Yeah,
Trust me.
Okay, I'm gonna talk with my team about that so that they can highlight messages too. All right, so first off, let's go ahead. We're gonna begin with our CSF Nation ambassador. This is what I call my fans. I don't know if you have a name for your fan. I don't know if you have a name for your fan base, but it's ours.
I like it. All right. No, I've got a few that are in the works. I've got a few names. So and like our guy D Bud Martin. No, he calls us the toxic. He calls us the toxic ones, which is great because of Toxic Tuesday. So that's good. But I'm still trying to figure out some names though. But so far, Toxic Ones is in the lead. So
okay. It's gotta This is our CSF Nation is what has been granted us by what I call the main mod of my channel and the CSF Nation ambassador, grumpy old Ninja Guitaro. Hola and hail, chat. Wrenches, CSF Nation today. It welcomes the ambassador. Great pizza, great movies, and great metal. 32 flavors of Nickweiser. Yes. We're going to go into plenty of that.
Oh, we
and
will.
I'm looking forward to it. Even though his movie knowledge is more vast than mine will ever be, and his pizza knowledge and his beer knowledge. 32. He's saying hi to chat, and of course we have the absolutely lovely Purple Valkyrie who will be stopping by in 2 weeks' time.
Ooh,
I'm very excited for this.
You should be.
This is gonna be all freaking. I've realized between you, Loki, and Valkyrie, I'm gonna be doing basically Norse-related art. For the next 3 weeks.
Dude, nice. I love that.
Let's keep it. There we go. Then, of course, we got Christian DeLorme. Good to see you. It sounds to me. Hey, Nick. And, of course, for Valky, say hi to everybody here. Awesome one saying pizza time. Yes, pizza time. We got to bring out the... Yes, got to bring out the McGuire pizza time, here, baby. Yes, it. my former co-hosts, and I mean that in a heartfelt way. One of my former co-hosts, but always been a mod, always been an absolute supporter of mine, and Dastardly. He picked a good day to return. Yes, he did, my friend. I look forward to seeing you again. Hopefully we can have you back on panel. But I understand your situation, you being in Canada and everything. It comes first. Family comes first. Life comes first. Canada comes first. We've seen what's going on. We've seen what's going on.
Yeah. Christian is from Canada too. Christian DeLorme. He lives up north as well.
We have a huge Canadian fan base.
That's awesome.
Here in Texas only. Of course, Runner Blaze. Good to see you, Runner. Good to see you, my friend. It's been a while. Let's see who else is here. Stunning and brave Megatron. Good to see you. And of course, we got Sexy 32. I know Sexy 32. And then speaking of sexy, ladies and gentlemen, we got to bring in the. I see a certain pimp of the fellowship has entered has graced us with his presence, ladies and gentlemen. Damajnai.
What's up, Damajnai?
I need to make some clips just for him every time he pops up. So, that's all I'm gonna give you. I'll give some for you, Damajnai. I'll have to make some clips for you whenever you pop up. And absolutely good to see you, my friend. Parrot Head. Boomer count starts at 0, my friend. For those Nick knows it, for Nick, what Nick does not know, there's some of the many rules here in CSF Nation in the Makini Live, in that one of the rules is if I boomer it 3 times on camera, on screen, I have to play this very clip.
Okay, boomer, yeah, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer, yeah, boomer. Whatever you say.
It's and it only applies to me though. You're completely fine. You can boomer all you like. It only applies to me, and the count starts at 0.
Wow.
So you have to pay attention.
All
Attention to if I somehow turn off my mic, mess with my camera, anything like that counts as a boomer moment. So boomer TV strikes. All right, M Dashley, good to see. Yes, that hair is outstanding. Absolutely.
Well,
shut up, awesome one. Yes,
I think we got a confession here.
Yes, I kind of do. Between you, Ords, culture, we need like a hairdom, like the hairdom minister, like some kind of hair fellowship.
We totally are. I remember we're all in Vegas. We had all three of us in the same room, which is cool because and Ords lives in my state too. Ords lives like about an hour from me. Actually, he lives about an hour from me. So and me and Toxic Man Flu, who also lives in Illinois, we're we're see if we could try to get like a mini Illinois meetup if anyone else, if they're in surrounding states wants to come by, because I know Nerdporeal Lifeform lives in Illinois as well. Obviously, Kasha Queen, Ords' lady.
Yes,
she's obviously, so she's on that, and I know there's a few Wisconsin people. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can do about that.
I have said this multiple times. The next time that Gary will host a Vegas meetup, I will do the best that I can to try to be there.
I think
because I'm in California, so
yeah. I think he's looking at Orlando.
A couple of other people, yeah, Orlando.
Yeah,
I know a good portion of my base, a good portion of the people that we speak to are back home in Texas. Of course, my co-hosts Bruce and Bardo in San Antonio. Of course, up in Canada. Mads Von Bear up in Toronto as well. We always joke about wanting to do like a CSF Nation meetup. It definitely ain't going to be in California.
Nope.
So we got so many people in Illinois, especially Runner, who just said he lives in Illinois as well. We got John Padraws, John Hansen, who is an absolutely amazing artist. You should definitely check him out. I'll definitely try to show his stuff a bit. If not, Grumpy will definitely do so. I don't know if he's done anything Thor related, but I'll see if I can find some Marvel stuff he's may have done. So he's a big fan of She-Hulk.
Good is good, man. Good is good. Good is good.
All right. So everybody saying hi to Purple Valkyrie, awesome one. Yes, bless your car, Nick. Yes. Don't you just love it?
It'll be okay.
You just love engine troubles.
Yeah, you know what the funniest part is? The car I owned previously was done for because of engine overheating. I just can't seem to outrun engines that want to blow up on me.
Oh no.
So this is not my first rodeo. Literally.
Okay, we got TZ Bird. Good to see TZ. Hail. Makini
Canadian.
Nick. Everybody say hi to Purple. Is like, okay. Epic Coal Mine. Can't stay. Just show us some love. Thank you, Demajani. Hopefully someday we'll have the pimp on and we're going to have some real science to talk about. Dashley's giving us the boom meme. Thank you. All right, new sub here. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. You guys are amazing. And Purple Valkyrie is saying 1K just around the corner for the both of us. Yes, just around the corner for the both of us. It is going to be a major celebration. I've already been talking about what I plan to do for 1K. And some of it requires, what Mads is going to say. 1,000 will taste like tacos. So basically, or me and Ords have agreed to, we're going to have Taco Bell on the 1,000 sub celebration stream.
That's very brave of you. That's very brave. I don't know. Are you sure about that?
Taco Bell. You're thinking about that.
You guys can eat. I know.
Okay. How about this? We bring our own food. Maybe like 1,000 slices of pizza for everyone. How about that? Order a box of 1,000 would be best. We'll just send it over and give it
away. Now you're talking.
There you go. We got Ironcaster. Good to see you, my friend Ironcaster. Of course, great friend of many. Of course, hangs out with T-Shirt Historian on the Weekend Geek along with myself and many others. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Everybody's here. Yes, Mads is here. Unfortunately, she's under the weather, so she can't be here with us. We're trying, Mads. It's gonna be me and him. It's gonna be me and him. So we're doing our best. So, and of course, we got Debug Martin. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. And Ashley says, my ancestors, thank you. Oh, I appreciate that. She still looks like anyone. Oh my God. By the way, Nick, hey guys, can y'all take care? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mads. Thank you, my mods, for taking care of the bots, because apparently they're still here. And Rana says, Ords and I will talk about Illinois Villa. Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
See,
that's gonna be awesome.
it works
Illinois
out
as well. So yeah, exactly. Crap that you made for great artists, your series, Captain Marvel. Yes, the boomer moment that you made for great artists, my Captain Marvel piece, which I'll have to bring that up real quick.
Please.
And then yes, yeah. Ironcast is basically saying Midwest meetup. Yeah. We got to do a and of course we gotta because I'm still holding out for a West Coast meetup. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway, no after party, please. Why not? Lobby. So anyway, where do you want to start?
Whoa.
I gotta turn the timer back on it. I gotta start getting the inks. I gotta start getting the pens together. So
all right,
where do we start?
Well, we could start at pizza. We could start at comics. We could start at toxic greatness. Where do you want to guide the story?
Okay. So do you want to get the pizza talk out of the way first?
Okay.
Because I have to ask you a specific question.
Okay.
And this is coming from our buddy T-shirt historian, who has sent this post on Twitter, and I have to ask you this question because I'm still thinking, I'm still trying to wrap my head around this.
Okay.
Would you eat this?
What would that be? Let's see here.
A chicken and waffle pizza.
Yeah, I saw this. I don't really call this a pizza. I mean, yeah, you got the bread and you got the cheese. And it's got the pie cut slice thing, but what the issue is here, how I define a pizza is it's got to have the minimum things in order to qualify for pizza. It's got 2 out of the 3 things, but it's missing the pizza sauce. When you take out those ingredients to me, it's not a pizza. Now that said, this doesn't look bad. It does look like good. I'm sure I would enjoy this, but I would not call it a pizza because chicken waffles are amazing. I love chicken. I love waffles, but it ain't a pizza. I'm just gonna go that route, man. It's good, but it ain't a pizza.
How do I describe this? I like chicken. I like waffles. I love pizza. I like chicken and waffles.
Mm-hmm.
They don't go together.
No, they don't.
That is a no. You couldn't just we had this discussion on T-shirt historian stream a couple weeks ago. It goes to chicken and waffle pizza. Yeah, no. I had to change my thought. I was like, no, it's just I'm in that camp of that. This does not make sense, period. Mm-mm. So no, I am very much against the idea of chicken and waffle pizza. I know other people have said their pieces as well. Matt's Bumper saying to get the cross.
That is funny. I like her comment how she follows it up. I need 2 priests and holy water for that pizza.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way you can get me to do that. What if it's the giant? Okay, now that's a good question. Now, what if it's pizza? What if it's pizza shaped like a giant waffle crust?
Does it got the medium ingredients to qualify as a pizza?
That's a good question.
If it's got those ingredients, it's pizza. Think about it, even a pizza puff. I don't know if you got pizza puffs out where you are. It's got the main ingredients. It's got the cheese. It's got the sauce. It's got the bread. So you got those once again. It's all about the minimum ingredients that qualify. When you have all 3 of those at the minimum, I that's where it starts at a pizza. And when you expand on it, obviously you're expanding on the pizza. So that is what qualifies as always a pizza. And you want to know, it's funny because even though I'm a loud and proud carnivore, I
Same
love
here.
I love a good plain cheese pizza. What it tells me about a good plain cheese is you don't have to add anything to make it good. Now, if you do,
Exactly.
obviously it makes it even better. It makes it more enhancing. The flavor is greater. But when you have a place where their plain cheese is good, that's when you know, okay, I need to stick with this pizza joint because
Yeah.
if your plain cheese is kick ass, then we know your toppings are gonna kick ass because that's you want to deliver something at bare minimum agreements. Because I've heard talks, over years where I'm just gonna make an example of them, and it's gonna come off as anti-vegetarian. It's not. It's just a good relevant example. I've heard that. Well, if you add this to that with tofu, then it's good. I'm like, well, yeah, you had to add that to make it good.
Just some things just don't work together. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. If you come in expecting a peanut butter and jelly scenario, or like peanut butter and chocolate, it's not. That's not the case here. It just some things just simply don't work well together.
Nope. And not everything does have to work too. That sometimes it's fine to have some some traditions, and pizza is a great tradition.
I was like even the chicken part is like even when you go back to the chicken part, it's like yeah, the chicken kind of melted within the cheese and the crust. No, that's probably
no.
That's probably no. And let alone let's not add to the fact that that's probably a lot of calories just on one slice alone.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Not adding the syrup.
I'm not good with numbers as far as that, but I believe you. It sounds like a thing or two about the calories. I just kind of look at some like, does it have gluten? Does it have sodium? Does it have calcium? Okay, good. And like my eating habit's so irresponsible.
I think that's just the thing with me. It's just like I think it was on Wicked Geek yesterday. He was I think it was T-shirt. I forgot who was showing that it was like this huge like double cheese, like I think it's ribeye, like a double cheese ribeye burger. And my first thought of that was, that looks good, but I know for a fact that one single bite of that burger is going to clog my arteries.
That's
too much for it's like when you're watching Diner Drives and Dives with Guy Fieri, and you're just like, that food is really good, but that is too much for me.
Oh yeah, it's a heart attack on a bun. It's a heart attack on a bun, which personally speaking, I love a good heart attack on the bun. And when I used to go like Wendy's, I would get the Baconators. I would get like 2 to 3 of those Baconators, and people would be like, "How are you alive?"
I can't handle that.
That was my normal. That's my normal.
See, you're able to build. You're built unlike me. I can't handle that anymore. Not like that, like that anymore. No, I gotta be careful with that. I can only handle one. I can only handle like one ultimate Baconator at a time, at least.
So do you go into heavy breathing mode, like?
Yeah, just looking at the calorie count, I'm like, do I want to just have my heart just tell me, can you please stop? I can't pump any more blood for the rest of the day. Please stop. I can't. It's like, tell me no. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'll get a salad. It's gotta go into that feel good food. And Castle makes a good point. The burger size of your head with one pickle in the middle. Yeah, that still doesn't count. And our cast referred to the burger that I was talking about yesterday. That's still too much for me. I know one bite and I will be full for the rest of the day.
Oh, that's funny.
That pickle doesn't count.
Well, did you ever hear about the T-Rex burger from Wendy's? It was like a secret menu item where it had 9 patties.
No.
Yes,
no,
the T-Rex
like it's like a same thing. It's like I mentioned yesterday. It's like I can't watch like what is like the food eating channels like Nick Avocado and such. I can't watch that. Like I cannot. My heart tells me I can't watch that. That's just no. That's just like.
Look up Matt Stoney. Seriously, look up Matt Stoney.
No offense, but that's eating to an early grave right there.
It is. It is. But Morpheus said it best in that not great Matrix relay. He says some things all worth fighting for?
Yes,
Isn't it
worth
worth?
fighting for.
Is it worth dying for?
No. No, unfortunately, no, not for me.
I'll tell you what though. I'll take death by like pizza or something over like being like in a hospital bed. If I had to, I'll pick my poison, I guess as they like to say. I'll choose pizza over being in a hospital bed for 2 weeks, slowly rotting away. I'll take that pizza because at least I had something good right before I died. And
of course, my question is,
my
question is there a third option?
Is there a third option?
Death by snoo. Is that a possible option, or is that
what's snoo?
You're not familiar with Futurama, are you?
I'm not, unfortunately. Even though it looked cool, I liked what I had seen, like very vaguely.
Okay, so
sadly it's
this planet where it's like nothing but Amazonian women, and they basically the history is like they die by having sex with Amazonian women. Basically, that's death. Hence, death by snoo.
Dude, that's such
crushed pelvises.
That's great.
It's a meme. It's a huge meme. So yeah, that's a possible third option. I'm just saying. Or just get my ass suffocated. Okay, that's the right way. I'll take that. No, but yeah, I agree. If it's like, listen, just give me. Listen, if I have to choose, and I think that's a good question. If it's like, okay, what I guess it's a good question. If you had the chick, okay, so pizza was going to be your death.
Yes.
What pizza would you have as the one to take you out?
The one that takes me out. Yeah, that's a really good question.
Sends you to the gates of heaven or Valhalla or hell, whatever.
Wow, I think you might be the first person who's ever asked me a question. That's that's actually a really good question.
Well, you could have brought that up, so I'm like,
but okay, so I walked into it, but not like that. That's really good. So
that's a good question. Answer the chat.
Let the chat answer too. Seriously, that's a really good one. God, it would definitely be thin crust because I'm a thin crust type of guy. I would say it would be half garlic, and I'd probably do on the other half either pepperoni or bacon. Because I'll tell you what, here's the thing with garlic though. There's a catch with garlic. Garlic is something you can only have on its own merits. Because if you have it with any other topping, the issue is the topping that isn't garlic always drains out the garlic for some reason. I don't understand why, but it always happens. But when you have garlic on one half, garlic on its own, dude, you need it. Like, trust me. Like, I've done like there's one place by me too. I do like half garlic and half jalapeno. But yeah, definitely on one half would be garlic and it'd be thin crust. Because even though I'm from Illinois, there's this whole weird thing that go around about how deep dish is the Chicago pizza. That's a lie. That's the tourist attraction at best.
Oh, it's not.
It's good. Like, it's good.
I am just learning this right now. I am just learning this right now. So it's not a deep dish.
Nah, dude. Seriously, it's not a deep dish. It's like, okay, it's a tourist attraction. That's all. It's good. It's filling. It's a big fat thick slice. What does drive me crazy though is when I see people like using like their forks and their knives cutting up the deep dish. I'm like,
no.
Who are you? No. Are you an undercover cop? Get out of here. Get out of here now. You take that thing and just manhandle it. Oh my dude, it drives me crazy. Like I want to flip chairs when I see people eating slices like that's not how you eat a pizza.
You eat it regularly. You eat it backwards. There's multiple ways to eat a pizza.
Like a savage.
Mine's dipping it with ranch.
Well, see, that's good. No, that's good. Better that than freaking fork and knife.
Fork and knife. Are you serious?
Dude, I'm not joking.
Okay.
I don't know what it is. People are like afraid to hold a big fat greasy slice in their hand.
Not that close. I was like, yeah, you could tell one's a tourist. Never eat pizza properly, have you?
Dude, there's a good place out in the south side of Chicago called Vito and Nick's. They've been there for like 90 years. Dave Portnoy from Barstool Sports.
Yes.
He's been there. And it was cool to see because I think that was his favorite Chicago joint in the area. And it really does live up to the hype. And that's saying a lot because he's not even that big of a Chicago guy with pizza.
Mhm.
He's more of a Connecticut type of guy. But he was like, okay, this is exceptional right here. Is Vito Nix. And people don't really realize that when a guy like Portnoy gives scores like 7.5 or even an 8, that's actually a big deal because think about it, there's so many pizzerias out there, so many of them.
Mhm.
And that's to me, like that's a good thing. If someone is telling you you're a 7 or an 8, that's a compliment, man. Take
That's
it.
a
Do
major
not
compliment.
complain about that score. Do not complain about the Dom score.
No,
It's good.
not at all.
Mhm.
So okay, you said your crust, right?
Yes.
You did say
thin
crust. So
crust.
what are your toppings?
Garlic on one half, and the other
Garlic
half
on
will
half.
either be pepperoni or bacon. I like sausage too. I like jalapeno too. But once again, if I'm about to die, those aren't what I take with me. So
Okay.
I like
okay.
I like those as my to death my to death toppings. No,
Okay.
seriously, thin crust though. Like that will be, and I want the whole thing too. I don't want to share it. It would have to be an 18-inch.
No, that's not for me, man. No.
No.
So let me tell you something, okay?
All right, I'm listening.
Pepperoni, extra cheese, sausage, deep dish,
That's a good
stuffed
couple.
crust.
Ooh.
Deep dish, stuffed crust.
Oh, that does sound good. Oh, deep dish stuffed crust. You know, you were
Yes.
just saying a few minutes ago how you don't want to have a heart attack on play, but now it sounds like
Yeah,
you're
but I've
willing
decided
to.
that's gonna be my way to go out. Damn it, let's go out on a high note. Let's do it right.
That's ambitious, dude. No, I like that combination. I've never even thought that as a combination. So yeah, that's a hell of a way to go, man. Seriously, like
with something that Little Caesars has done before, so I just had to look that up.
You know, the funny thing about Little Caesars is like when you have their food that's not the $5 to go, the stuff that they actually have to make there, it's actually decent. I'm not joking; it's actually decent. But when it's their $5 hot and ready pizza, that's like,
well, I just get like the deep dish. It's just like a $5 deep dish lunch combo. For
it's
me,
way better than their $5 regular pizza. Way better.
Plus, I gotta have. Plus, I have to have cheesy bread on the side. Yes, I have to put cheesy bread on the side.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. I maxed out on the cheesy bread. Love it.
So let's go to the chat here because I wonder if they all answered the same question. Let's see.
We got a few. A few.
Okay, Canadian Spider-Man. Good to see you, Canadian. Thin crust only. Okay. Caster saying Detroit style with mushroom, banana peppers, and ham. And he says Chicago deep dish is a cake. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, that's a good one. Let's see. Who else. He said I'll get Chicago deep dish one day. I don't have to care if I have to firefight my way down to street. Pizza Segs in here to say a commercial with Motorhead's "Killed by Death" song.
I see no issue there.
You don't see that's promotion right there. That is right. Absolute promotion. But yeah, I put the highlight message. What would be your way to go out if it had to be pizza?
Dude, no, man. The pizza is a great way to go. And
yeah, I was like,
think about that.
That's perfect. I was like, all right. It's like that last meal. you get prison for the death sentence. I was like, no, this is my death sentence.
That's true. That deep dish stuffed crust, that is a death sentence.
Now, I want to ask you this because Ord's was. Let me see if I can find that.
I'm listening.
So, have you tried this before from Little Caesars?
Is it?
Because it just looks odd to me. Ords did a short video. Ords did a YouTube short talking about this. The Batman calzone.
I'm gonna try it tomorrow for a review.
Oh, okay.
It's coming out tomorrow. It's coming.
Can you give us? I know you probably don't want to spoil anything, but can you give us at least a little glimpse, a little your kind of your initial thoughts?
I have not tried it yet. I'm gonna record it tomorrow, and I'm only gonna release it tomorrow. What's good about like when I do like the pizza reviews, I have only one chance to do one take. It's not like where you do our videos and you're messing up like what you're saying, and you gotta stop the button, record. I got one chance to make that bite because once you take that first bite, it's like you can mess up and then go back. You got to do a redo. You can't just redo a pizza like a food review. You have to, because you can't redo that. So I that's a one take thing, thankfully.
Okay,
so
Brother did a video
tomorrow.
on this. Okay, check that out. Yes,
nice.
I was just like, when I had Little Caesars last time. That was advertised. I was like, what? What is that? I know. I can't see the Batman symbol. I don't see how it's
No, it's not. I get the intention of what they're aiming for.
Yeah, it's just like this is the mark in terms of the design. I'm just like, I don't see how it's shaped like the Batman symbol, let alone Pats's Batman symbol. I don't see it. Sorry. Nick needs a pizza shirt. Yes.
I have a few of them. I have a Barstool one. It says on the back, "One bite, everybody knows the rules," which is Dave Portnoy's quote before he eats a pizza. I have that one. I have those pizza bites too. I have a pizza bites shirt. I have I think I have some Ninja Turtles shirts with pizza on it as well. So I have a few. Oh, I have a pizza blanket. I also have a pizza mouse pad as well. And I'm looking around here at my home, and
I should change the thumbnail.
I
should change the thumbnail to an anime girl with pizza or something.
Dude. Oh! I got one for you in the chat. You're gonna freak. You ready?
Okay.
I got this at my employer. We're doing
we got another one. Dagger, good to see you, Dagger. He said deep dish loaded with sour sausage, Parmesan, pepper flakes, and jalapenos to excess. Snoo pizza. Oh, Jaffo. How can I sign up for that? It doesn't. It could be one or the other. It doesn't have to be the same. Anyway, go ahead.
All right. So a few years ago, for at my employer, we always do Christmas parties, and each year we have a particular theme that we exchange for, and I can't say what this theme was until I unveil the packaging. So you see what looks to be a pizza box, and they are exactly what it says on the box: pizza socks. So our theme was socks, and my Secret Santa gave me pizza socks. So I'm really happy about this. This is obviously a very treasurable possession. Owning a box of pizza socks.
Is the rest of your house just like pizza themed, or is it just?
Oh, dude. Well, we got a lot of taco themes. We got no, I'm serious. We got taco theme. We got Blockbuster video. We have a Blockbuster video flag right when you walk in. We have a Blockbuster video flag. We got a lot of Chuck Norris stuff. We got
Snoo pizza on Pizza Blake. Fairhead. Mr. Carter. Go ahead.
No, you're good.
Oh.
We got all sorts of themes going on around here. We have tons of geek stuff lying around. We got obviously if you see him back me, I got the Homer thing that says right here you'll have to speak up when I'm wearing a towel. So a lot of Simpsons stuff.
Nice. We
got Dave Mustaine from Megadeth's autograph right up above me, and then also got Eddie, Iron Maiden, the Trooper right there as well. So this wall is kind of like a summary of what the rest of this place is like and what's on the wall and what's laid out. But there's also a bunch of pizza based stuff. We really have a lot. We have of course pizza socks. Yeah.
Is that a thing? Okay. What? I was wondering if there was Viking pizza or Norse pizza. Probably not.
Not to my knowledge. Okay. But I'm not going to say it's not there.
Because I was looking up Google. I was like, I wonder if there's a pizza. I was like Swedish kebab. Pizza with Viking Starling touch. Okay. Nordic shrimp pizza. That sounds... Okay, that actually does sound good.
It does, actually.
Swen's Viking pizza. I was wondering. Okay.
It had the minimum ingredients. I saw it. It had the minimum ingredients, so it's a pizza. It's a pizza.
So this is okay. So now let me get you this question. Would you rather have the chicken? Would you rather have that chicken and waffle pizza or pineapple? Yes, I know I have to bring that up again.
Okay.
It's a joke.
I'm gonna now. If we're saying by way of pizza definition, I would have to
No,
say,
just in general.
yeah. In general, like foods, I would have to say the chicken waffles, but I don't hate pineapple on pizza. I actually don't.
To clarify, I don't hate pineapple on pizza either. We joke about it all the time. It's just a running gag.
Yeah.
Same thing goes with candy corn. Every October.
Oh my god.
Candy corn's still trash though.
Yeah, it is. No, pineapple is not bad actually. I don't love it, but I also don't hate it. It's kind of like if it's there, I'll eat it and it's free. You're not gonna see me spending money on it. It's kind of there. It's just there. It's just to me, it's just a topping it kind of just exists.
It works great with pineapple and Canadian bacon.
Yes, of course I've done that combination. I've done that. Now with pineapple,
silence runner.
I don't have a war against pineapple. My war is on anchovies. That's where my fight is. That's my enemy.
I've never had anchovies my entire life. So I don't know what I don't know what the taste is. I don't understand. So I've never had it. Like my war is basically spinach pizza.
Yeah, not really with that
either. When I was young, get the chance to go to CC's Pizza for all you can eat. Yeah, I stay far away from the freaking spinach pizza.
You stay the hell away from that. Yeah, anchovies though.
Spinach is a vegetable that I would happily nuke off the face of the earth.
No.
I hated it when I was a kid. I hate it now.
Oh, I bet. No, I would. I would have huge resentment if I was in your position. It's like, bro, just give me my sausage and pepperoni and let's move on.
Ironcaster said anchovies and olives.
Listen, we can't all be perfect.
Supreme, I used to despise Supreme toppings before, but after a while, I've gone to completely enjoy them. I enjoy mushrooms on pizza a lot.
Okay.
Did a hat trick during Veterans Day. Kept all 3 pepperoni deep dish, but gave 3 soda bottles from a $5 meal to a guy begging for money.
Okay. All right.
It wasn't too bad. No, absolutely. Oh, it's Parrot Head. 1 second. What Parrot Head's gonna do? What's Parrot Head doing?
Being Parrot Head.
Parrot Head loves to send me spicy stuff, and I truly appreciate it.
Oh, right. Same. He knows how to send the stuff. He really knows how to spice things up.
Shit.
What do you do now? Uh-oh.
Parrothead, why did you send me this hot photo and then show me candy corn pizza right afterwards? What is wrong with you? I don't know if I should even show this.
Oh, that's funny. Just
no, this is what's in my DM. You know what?
See, that's what he does.
I'm afraid I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Fuck it.
Oh.
Yes, I'm cursing. Yes, I'm cursing. I don't curse a lot on my own shows at all. But how dare you show me this and then show me this right after? What the hell? No. Yeah,
Why?
This gets this.
That's what I love. Nestle Crunch.
I'm not showing that again. Oh, I gotta stay. That was. How dare you?
No.
That's a no. Why would you show me that? That's disgusting.
Please, never again.
Never again. Candy corn? No, I agree. Candy corn doesn't go with me. You could argue that the dessert. Fuck off. No, Parrot Head. No, Dega. No. Hey,
no.
Yeah, I'm sorry you had to see that.
I'm sorry too. I'm sorry you had to see that. Like,
yeah, I was like, how dare you, Parrot Head? And M. Dashley said mushroom, pepperoni, pepper, anchovies, and a sprinkle of Parmesan. I guess that's his one to go out on. Okay, that's not. I'll meet you halfway with at least the. It depends on the peppers, because sometimes it's like I guess as I get older, I'm much more sensitive to certain spices, I guess. Like I can't eat jalapenos as much anymore.
Oh, dude.
Everybody's laughing.
I love jalapeno, man. Every fiber of my being is committed to the
I love
jalapeno.
candy corn, Parrot Head, but that abomination is a crime unto existence. Exactly.
Some things just don't go together.
No,
and that's okay.
No, that's an abomination. What the fuck?
No, it is.
You send me that great girl picture, and then you gonna send me that afterwards. What the hell, dude? That's not pizza and snoo, okay?
No, it's not.
I was like, you know what? Just give me a lethal injection. I don't want that. I was like, that's my last pizza. Just give me the lethal injection.
Yeah, no. At that point, yeah, I'd rather just take the greater of two evils.
This is not worth it. If that's what's going to lead to, hell no.
No,
mushrooms. Just remember, chew them thoroughly. Trust me. Yeah, I agree. Cappuccino.
Oh
my god. Oh my god.
Mushrooms is conflicting for me.
Good.
I'm a little conflicted on mushrooms, but hey, if you like less competition, embrace that. I'm conflicted on them. I want to be into them. I mean, because I've only had enjoyable mushrooms once in my life, and that was the time I took them for a very specific purposes.
No. I mean, like.
I know you're talking about pizza.
Not actual mushrooms.
I know. I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
I am going. That was the only time I ever enjoyed mushrooms of any kind. Is all I'm getting at that. And that one time that I did enjoy them, I was like Thor. I put my hand in the air at 7-Eleven, and lightning came down and wrapped around my arms. And I was Thor then, man. That was in 2004 that happened.
I'm just going to say summon lightning to just get rid of it. What have you done here for this? John, good to see you, my friend. This. I love this piece of discussion right now. I think I should have drawn pizza instead of draw Thor.
Hey, no wrong.
Maybe I should have done that. I'd have drawn Thor eating a pizza. What would be Thor's favorite pizza, though?
Ooh, it would. Thor had pizza.
That'd be a good question.
Oh boy, I could see it being. I think he would be like a meat lovers type of guy.
Oh yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, he would be a meat lovers guy. You'd have to have a side of mead as well for him to drink. That would be his drink of choice. You'd have to do like a double dough version of thin crust.
It has to be the kind of Asgardian beer that is not meant for mortal man.
Yes.
Like not even Stan Lee could even handle that. The big kind of Asgardian ale that's not meant for mortal man, basically.
Yes, it needs to be something that could get even Thor drunk. Because if you can get Thor drunk, then you have struck lightning. I mean, no Asgardian pun intended, but you gotta get something that'll get Thor drunk. So you need Asgardian ale, meat lovers pizza, and you'd have to, instead of like a traditional thin crust, it would be the double dough. Have you ever had a double dough thin crust?
No, not double dough. More like quadruple. Like you'd have to stack it. You'd have to like stack it and stack on stack. You know what I mean?
No, you're right. Dude, that would be
cracking good vibes. Yes, good vibes, man.
Hello.
Dupa Martin says yes, meat lovers. Yes, so like for Thor, it would have to be like a quadruple meat lovers. Like it'd have to be like stacked on top of stack, like all one on top of each other, like a stacked sandwich or something.
Yes, and of course Thor's not going to share it.
No, of course
Sorry,
not.
Loki.
No.
You're not getting pizza. This is mine only. And
you have to take it. No, you have to get him drunk off the Asgardian ale first, then take it from him. But even then, that's going to be hard.
Yeah, but dude, Thor will fight for that pizza as long as
Thor will
there's
fight
his
for the
guardian
pizza,
able to
yes.
knock him on his ass, then have some pizza, then he'll have his coma. He realize he left his hammer somewhere, and he'll come back to him. The ham will come back.
Keep it close. Like he keeps it close to Mjolnir. You know, it's just like it's just opens, brings his hand out, and just summons Hill straight to him. Oh my goodness, I'm loving this discussion,
dude.
No, not quadruple thin crust, more like quadruple deep dish.
Oh yeah. Oh, can you imagine, dude? That's a hell of a coma too. Quadruple deep dish.
No,
Can you imagine?
That's a heart attack right there. You die right there on the spot. You couldn't handle it. It was like, yeah, this is pizza not made for mortal men. Exactly. A fully deep bus is a fully roasted pig top pizza.
Oh,
I want that Doctor Strange beer bug on it. Yes.
Oh yes. Lindsay. Yep. I want an automatic refill. You know that you don't have to pay for. I mean, come on, that's amazing. Who doesn't want that?
What the hell? I love that. Oh my god, guys, thank you so much. We got 60. We had nearly 18 people watching right now, and I appreciate you guys are amazing. This is fun. This is so much fun. And Purple Valkyrie says it. Yes, food of the gods. Yes,
she's
yes.
Right, you know. She's right. You know.
It was getting me to drink. By the way, yeah, I don't. Yeah, I know I don't want to break it to you guys. I don't know. I don't drink at all. The most that you've gotten out of me was when I was talking. I was talking with Nick backstage. How I got the honor to be one of the groomsmen in my cousin's wedding, and that was the first time I ever drank anything for real, and that was Jello shots.
What?
Yeah,
that was
shots.
Yeah.
I do not. I really dislike the taste of alcohol. In fact, I always told this story that I was at a Halloween party back in like 2015 over at my friend's house, and I mistook a mixed drink as fruit punch. And I asked my friend, I was like, "This fruit punch tastes weird." And it says that's mixed drink, and I immediately spat it out. Because I realized that was my first taste of alcohol. That was my first time.
Wow. Dude. No, and I'm glad that you don't like it. That's good because we need more guys like you and Pauly Latino.
You need more than sober ones to take y'all home. Is that what you're saying?
I want to take it all home. I want less competition. I want less waiting in line. So I need more of these straight edgers out there. Like
so what you're saying is you want me or someone to be like your designated driver when y'all do like the fellowship bar hopping, where y'all just jumping from we all just getting from different bars each night. Y'all need your designated driver to be here. I will happily volunteer to do that. I just need to make sure I'm up. I just need to make sure I'm up. To make sure I'm be wide awake for 24 hours.
Yes. No, we got you. We'll cover for the gas and all. It'll be great because
Cavateo says Jello shots is not drinking, it's eating. No, it was Jello shots in a cup.
In a cup, yeah, I'd say, yeah, you went for a drink of sorts. I mean, I could see why Cavatino would say that, but I'm gonna go with it's ultimately still a drink at the end of the day. No, yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna talk about how like I enjoy that. I like having less competition, and when there's more, I love it when there's straight edgers. Like I had a buddy of mine who used to be in a touring band, and they were called In This Moment, and he was a drummer in This Moment, and they like did stuff like Ozfest, stuff that was very big back in the day. And he said they got all these like sponsorships, and one of them was Jägermeister. It's like, fuck, I'm straight edge. I'm like, okay, give it to me. Stay straight edge. You just keep on bringing me that stuff and we'll be good. So it's all good, man. I need more straight edgers in my life, especially if they got like sponsorships. You send your sponsors to me I want it. I'll take it. All right. I will drink it all.
I was about to say, I like how you immediately went to saying I don't want any competition, but now I see what the reason is. Say if I get a sponsorship, I would send it over to you. Would you be a part of it? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're straight at Gerard Nickweiser, you got a sponsorship, he may need to he may need to use that extra promotion. Just saying.
And Castor is right. I am looking out for my friends. What memories I don't have, everyone else gets to have. So I give you all memories. Like last night, dude. Trust me, the amount of partying I did last night would make Charlie Sheen jealous. I was a true Sheen machine last night.
Lights and non-drinks mystery. yes, Cavatio. I'm the designated man. I'm the same. Two straights are like, no, like when I tasted champagne, when it came to the toast thing, I only took one sip and I was like, no. I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not drinking anymore. The only other thing I drank was the only thing ever piece of alcohol I've ever drank was hard lemonade.
Mike's hard
lemonade. Yeah, like Mike's hard lemonade. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And I was like, okay, this tastes much better. Just because the lemonade part, but still.
Yep. It's that sweetness. It's all in the sweetness.
Iron Castle says pure tiger blood. Just remember to pay for bodies. We talk to pay for soft drinks. I'm just gonna dude, I drink nothing but water.
That's good.
Most of my life right now. Most of the stuff I drink mostly water. I only drink like if I'm up for it, I'll do like one can of like Sprite. During a week, but most of the time it's just water. Even when I go eat fast food, I either just get orange juice or water. I was just like, let me get a drink. I was just like, I got water. I got my water bottle. It's nice cold right here. By the way, I probably need to. By the way, guys, feel free to put Rip a hydrate in the chat. I will happily take a Rip a hydrate, which I probably need to do right now. So.
Hydration is key. Ripa's right. Gotta have that hydration.
By the way, guys, this episode of Makini Live is sponsored by Young Ripa's Nervous Hydrate Sparkling Water. It won't get you bitches, but it will keep you hydrated.
I see what you did there. Oh, that was good. That was good, Mock. That was good. I needed it. Dude
says, I'm Dominican, but I can't drink beer. Rum with mixed stuff is good enough. Banana rum is nice. Good on you, Makini. I'm the same with drinks and water. Yeah. It's just like I see myself as just kind of like that designated driver where I just pretend I have a drink and then realize it's just water, or it's just a soda. It's just like water with hips and barley. Hey, that's lovely. There we go. So you start there. I'm had okay.
Ooh,
yeah. Nervous drink. Yeah, hashtag nervous drink. Hashtag hiring. If you guys are not familiar with the, I don't know if I want to get into it. It deals with the Batman. I love Ryan Kittle. I love Yo Rippa, and. That is kind of the barometer for me. Just like, okay, that's how you not take shit from anybody. But switch over to pizza. We switch over to beer. We switch over to Thor's favorite pizza.
Beer.
Now there's a question. There's a question here. Ironcaster just asked. Let me find it. Okay, he asked me, Makini, who's your favorite Spider-Man villain?
Ooh, Makini, who is it?
Shit, that's a good question.
There's a lot of good ones, dude.
There's a lot of good ones.
Can you pick 3?
Green Goblin, of course.
Of course.
I want to say possibly Tombstone.
Ooh, nice. A criminal underworld villain. Nice. Lonnie Lincoln,
Tombstone,
man.
And probably as far as when the Sinister Six goes, it's a toss-up between Shocker, Rhino, or Scorpion.
Ooh, I love Scorpion. I always thought his story was very fascinating. The fact that he was created for a very specific purpose just because JJ wanted to get even with
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man, and
Yep.
he took this guy out the streets. And I remember reading that first issue with Matt Gargan
Mm-hmm.
as the Scorpion. And I'm just like, holy crap! Like, that's such a cool idea of Jameson wanting to create a villain to get back at Spider-Man. And no, JJ is already a great character, and then you add him into the mix of a villain, and I love the Scorpion. Of course, he's very imposing too.
I would love that. I would love that. This way, if I ever go to a bar beat up with the rest of with Nick and the rest of the crew, I'm gonna be ordering a Makini. What is it? Where is it? I'm trying to look for it.
Let me look for it.
What was it? Captio said it here, right here. Makini
Orange juice on the rocks.
That's perfect. I can't say it. I gotta say hi, Zachariah. Good to see you, my friend. Miriam, speaking of comic talk, Miriam is an amazing comic artist, illustrator. Check her out. Check out Red Gaze as well. Amazing people. I can't say Venom because I don't count Venom as a villain anymore.
I don't either.
He is a straight up anti-hero.
He's an anti-hero. Even like his vendetta was, once again, he's always kind of in some ways been anti-hero because he always wanted to do good. If there's just one hero he had vendetta with, it was Spider-Man. So to me, when you're a villain, you know, you will not have any heroes you want to work with. Venom is just strictly Spider-Man exclusive as far as of heroes that he wanted to fight. But other than that, he always wanted to fight bad guys. He always said, like,
I probably forgot one. I probably forgot one, and that was definitely Carnage.
Okay. No, Carnage is definitely a villain. Definitely a villain. All right. So Carnage is a villain.
But
all right.
As far as just like top three, it's Goblin, of course. It's I was like, in some cases I don't consider. Some cases I do consider Sandman a villain, but just after Spider-Man 3, I was just like, I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, I love Sandman. Love
Tombstone, him. Definitely. Who else? Hydro Man, definitely. Shit.
I'm a big Craven guy. I love Craven.
Craven's amazing. Would Craven count as a villain though?
Yes.
Okay.
He has intentions that are, you know, that could, you know, be seen both ways, but how he goes about it is very evil. He's like,
Good point.
Come on, he tried to bury Spider-Man in the ground, where his took his black suit, wanted to be a better, you know, I guess you could say hero,
better
whatever.
Hunter.
Yeah, better hunter. So yeah, Craven's definitely. He wanted to leave Spider-Man buried under the ground.
Good point.
So
Good point.
He's the villain.
Yeah, Craven's a great villain.
Yep.
Oh yeah, there's so many, and I was like, Spider-Man's got a really solid rogues gallery. It's just that, and I would put Doc Ock. Definitely. Doc Ock. It's such a weird. It depends. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I see Purple Valkyrie mentioned in the chat the lizard. I was like, I like the lizard too. I mean, he's not full on villain the way like Craven is, but I love that character. I like the idea of a guy who has obviously
and I agree,
a
Glinzer,
family.
Top 5. Craven's last night. Even though I probably need to read that.
Dude, no, I can confirm and verify on that behalf. That story is so good. So
Jackal,
good.
yes. Jackal, Tombstone, and Hammerhead, yes. If you want to. Ooh, they did Hammerheads.
If we're gonna talk, okay, so clearly he likes a lot of the like underworld villains. So you got Silver.
Yeah, Maggia family kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Which I want to say, the way they did them in the PS4 game was superb. Absolutely superb.
Agreed.
So go ahead.
No, you're good. I like the lizard. I like the idea of a guy who has a successful family. He has 100% good intentions because he saw what happened with reptiles and how they could regenerate limbs. And he's like, wouldn't that be cool if we could do that for humans? Because if you think about that, that does sound cool. You want to be able to do that. And yes, Debo, we did talk about it recently on the Comic Shop Talk on Friday night, a few nights ago. And then his skin, obviously, he grows his second arm back, but he starts to, become a giant walking lizard. And he is very imposing, and he kind of gets to a point where when the lizard consumes him too much, he loses sight of being a dad and a husband. So you want to make sure he doesn't cross that line and doesn't go full lizard, because otherwise he'll start hurting the ones he loves, and he doesn't want to ultimately do that.
Right. I know people will bring up the original the first episode of the 90s cartoon, who said that's what everybody's first exposure to the lizard. Mine was back during his I think it was I don't know if you remember this. It was back during like at the time of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Oh yeah,
with the lizard there, and that was just funny as hell.
It was hilarious.
I'm sorry, it was funny.
Hilarious.
I wish I could find it though.
Mm-hmm. No, dude. I remember like it would have Spider-Man against like Magneto, Spider-Man against Loki, stuff that literally, when you actually think about it in comic books like terminology and logic, it doesn't make sense for Spider-Man to fight Loki. It really does not. Like, don't get me wrong, Spider-Man is like one of my absolute favorites, like of all time. But and that was the beauty of the 70s, 60s, and 80s. You just kind of rolled with those cartoons just because you knew it was ridiculous, but I think they knew they were being ridiculous about it too.
Yeah, it was like
so
it was the 60. Yeah, it was the 60 Spider-Man cartoon. They had the lizard, and it's funny as shit. If I can find it, I would love to. But yeah, that was the first exposure. With it's a very interesting thing because it's of course everybody's first exposure is the 90s cartoons. Of course, a lot of my favorite villains, a lot of my favorite Spidey villains come from the 90s cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
How they did just so many things. You know, this is probably the comic talk that we'll be here for like hours and hours and hours and hours.
Yup.
And unfortunately, we probably don't have time. Unfortunately, we probably don't have time to be able to do a full comic talk. But let me look at the chat. Dr. Yes, from the old Fantastic Four cartoon. Yes, I am. And of course, we got the absolutely lovely Sherry, who just showed up. Thank you, Sherry. Cal G, good to see y'all here. So yes, Subhuman 84, good to see y'all. I couldn't think of one. No, I probably can't think of one either, unless you're thinking of the female Doc Ock from Into the Spider-Verse. Probably some. I probably can't think of it. I really can't think of anything at the top of my head.
You know, I think that's just how it always was, though. And I don't think that's just because of, obviously, that has nothing to do with modern day like politics. They've not had like, because think about it, Hela is an old school Thor villain, and then of course in Typhoid Mary, Daredevil, created in the 80s by Ann Nocenti. You have
maybe Scream from the
the
what was
symbiote.
That group of the group of symbiotes.
Yeah, I remember Scream. There's also it's hard to make of White Rabbit. I forgot about White Rabbit. Yeah,
whoa,
that's like a Z-lister.
Wait, is White Rabbit
Spider-Man villain?
Marvel?
Yes.
I thought she was DC.
No, that's Marvel.
Hang on,
that's Marvel.
Let me stop.
And I don't count Silver Sable or the Black Cat.
No, I don't count.
I don't count them
as villains at all because I'm looking it up and I was like, let me double check.
Yeah, I don't count those two. Yep,
that's what. Yeah.
Look, and she's on the cover.
Because there's a bat. Because she's also a villain in Batman. Because she's also a Batman villain as well, White Rabbit. So
yeah, I just thought about it too.
Shriek. Yeah,
the Beetle. The Beetle. There's the Lady Beetle, who literally is Lady Beetle. So there's that.
I'm glad we're going into this. I am so glad we're going into this. So thank you, Ironcaster. I appreciate that. And by the way, I've said this before.
Oh shit! Fatal J's in the chat. What's up, Fatal?
Whoa! Hold on a second. Fatal, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Hopefully we'll have you back on soon, my friend. I love Ninja Blast. Looking forward to Rain again. Looking forward to looking forward to add my illustration I did for you as part of the Ninja Blast Volume 2, my friend. I can't wait. Everybody's happy. Everybody's happy to see Fatal. Yes. We have to stop. We have to stop the moment I see Fatal, anybody in the Dark Council. We have to stop whatever I'm doing. I was like, excuse me? Yeah, anyway. In the talk, there's so many good Spider Face. So listen, I've said this. Listen, I've stressed this out enough.
Did you ever brain fart?
Felicia is my favorite girl in Marvel.
I wonder why.
I love her just as much as I love Mary Jane.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Go on. I'm listening.
I'm afraid. I am so worried that they're going to do my girl Felicia dirty if they bring her in the MCU. I am so terrified they're going to do her dirty.
Yeah, I can see them. I can see them Mary suing the hell out of her, and which is something that she's not. And here's the thing: she really has an attachment to her dad.
Yes,
and I don't think they like to have a good dad because dads are somehow evil in Hollywood now. If you're a dad, so they can't allow that because Black Cat likes her dad.
Yeah,
she like looks up to him. That is, see, Hollywood won't accept that.
No, I won't accept that.
They would either bad dad the character or they just won't use the character at all.
Right.
One or the other. Because I mean, he was very vital in her life, so I don't see how that would work. I really don't. Could be for the best.
Sable, I really liked, especially during the '90s cartoon, and they did her absolute justice in the PS4 games.
Yes,
fantastic. Listen, I can't sing enough praises for that fucking game. I cannot sing enough praises just because that is still one of the best interpretations of Spider-Man we've seen. I still think Yuri Lowenthal is probably still the best Peter Parker we've had in the past couple of years compared to Tom Holland. No offense to Holland, because Holland completely redeemed him. He completely sold me on his character after
No Way Home. Yeah, he did too.
Sold it.
Same. It's funny because if you had told me that I was gonna feel that way coming out of the movie going into it, I would not believe that. But it shows you what happens when it shows you it was never. I guess you could say it was never like the actor. It was the people who write around his character.
It was so weird. It was like you sold me. It was so funny about thinking about the film. It's like you not only did you sold me on Tom Holland's character, you sold me on freaking Michelle Jones.
Yeah,
Zendaya's character. I was like, what the hell?
And I'm glad you mentioned her because I couldn't stand her in the R2 movies. I couldn't stand her. And then that movie, not only was she likable, but she was attentive, she was caring, she was understanding. And that is what a great girlfriend does do.
Yes.
They do all those things. And she really had his interest out at heart. She wasn't thinking about herself. She wasn't, playing a what about me type of game. Even though at times she could have had a good reason because his identity coming out affected everyone else's lives around him. So there could have been a little bit of a valid argument for that. However, they didn't go that route with their character at all. No victimhood on her. She just, we're gonna get by this. We're gonna do our best. We're gonna adapt to the situation. She was all positive about it. And I love seeing that because they set up all the dominoes to make her the most unlikable character in the movie. And she wasn't. She really wasn't. And I'm like, and once again, I couldn't stand her in the previous two movies. But this movie, she was great. She was great in No Way Home. It was awesome. I'm still having a hard time believing that, even though it's been like
my only real gripe was that one-off Watson line. I was like, oh, come on.
Oh, yeah. It was unnecessary. It was unnecessary. Very unnecessary. Oh, and I'm glad Runner Blaze mentioned in the chat about the ending of No Way Home. Surprised me that ending, because she wasn't like, how dare you do this? How dare she was just like, you know what? We'll bring us together. Listen, I love that.
Listen, I will say this, that the ending
was really
was.
I kind of freaked out.
That was
not gonna lie.
perfect.
I kind of
That was
freaked out.
beautiful.
Mhm.
The way they did that was absolutely beautiful because it fucking said. I was like, holy shit, he's making his own suit.
Again, right?
Jumps out of window, makes his own suit. Oh my god, we're gonna get a proper Spider-Man. Oh my god.
Yes,
We're gonna get a proper Spider-Man.
No, dude, I freaked the hell out.
I lost
swear.
it. I was like, holy shit.
I couldn't believe it. My eyes, I was like totally tearing up. Like it was like I'm not crying, you're crying.
No, I'm not crying either. But god, that ending was beautiful. That ending was beautiful.
It was.
It was poetic. I was like, too much. Oh, it's too much. Too much.
Mhm.
Too much. I listen. I put No Way Home in my top 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, I did not. Listen, I walked into No Way Home expecting. I was like, okay, I'm gonna see it. It's probably gonna be okay at best. I'm probably gonna have my problems with it. But after the first showing, I was like, this went from okay to this is in my top 5 favorite MCU films. This
You know,
somehow, how you somehow finish ahead of no, this is my top 4. This is number 4.
Okay.
This is right up there with the first Avengers. But my top 5 is Guardians of the Galaxy, No Way Home, the first Avengers, Infinity War, and Winter Soldier.
Those are all great.
Those are all great. It just the way they handled it. Yes, everybody's gonna say yes. We cannot sing enough praises. I cannot sing enough praises on how not only it was such an amazing thing seeing, and I'm gonna tell you this: my theater erupted the moment that portal opened. And we saw Andrew Garfield step.
Oh, dude! Right? It was like being at a sports venue.
It was even louder the moment we saw Tobey Maguire. I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah, dude. It was like being at a sports venue when the home team's coming up and they're making that play at the bottom of the 9th inning, and they're ready to and the bases are loaded. It was like oh my god, here he is. He's up to bat, dude. It was like sports arena eruption when it happened.
They did so many. I was like, that film did so many things right. It was like it redeemed so many characters. I was like, in one film, I was like, how do you redeem so many different characters in one single film? I was like, I want to see a third Amazing Spider-Man film with Garfield. I want to see that.
Yeah, get good writers and it'll work.
He almost stole the show pretty much. He was pretty much a seat stealer.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah. No, you're onto something there, Mock, because that ending, sorry, not that ending, but his scene where he had his redemption of saving Michelle Jones.
Oh my god, that was beautiful. The fact that he was, I love the fact that he was tearing up. I was like, oh my god.
It was great.
Just that image of seeing all 3 of them together. I was like,
dude, they played very well off each other.
Yeah,
they had such great chemistry.
There needs to be, even if it's not even in canon, there needs to be it's just a solo film with just those 3. Just those 3 together.
No, they were great together on screen.
Perfect. Their chemistry was just absolutely. Oh, I don't want to go into it. It's too much. We gotta keep this going because you can see me just like absolutely losing it thinking about that.
That's good. That's good,
that's
man.
Freaking Parrothead's gonna crypt that. Oh my god! I'll probably waste this. We gotta.
Purple asked about the Morbius film. How do it feel?
And
go ahead and answer.
Now, one thing: Morbius is definitely not a villain. I don't see him as a villain
in this movie or in the comics.
My only first exposure was really the '90s cartoon.
Okay, I had a great. Yeah,
so I don't know if that was the case in the comics, though.
Okay. I mean, he was villainish in the comics. I would say he was like fully good either. I wouldn't also call him anti-hero. I guess he was a great example of a gray area character. He did do some good later on, like when like the Maximum Carnage stuff came around. But starting off, it was really hard for me to pin him down. But he definitely didn't do the nicest things either.
No.
He definitely had his moments, and I'm curious to see how the movie's gonna turn out. Like, I am curious about it. Purple, to answer your question, I'll see it. I'm gonna see it right away.
Even if it gets a chance to see him team up with Blade again, though.
Wesley Snipes did
Nothing's
nothing
gonna
wrong.
be Wesley Snipes. I'm sorry.
No, don't you dare apologize.
No hate to what's his name, Achar Ali, but Wesley Snipes, you cannot look at Blade and the only thing you can think of is Wesley Snipes interpretation. There's no other way.
No,
big shoes to fill.
No, it's huge.
I know the third film is like very mixed because I absolutely love the first film and I love the second film. The third film is very mixed, but still.
Yeah. I want to ask you one question about No Way Home, and we can move away from it after if you'd like. I thought about this for a while because it made me think of a comment that Ironcaster said earlier on when he mentioned shots of Spidey sliding in the snow at the end. And it kind of something I noticed after I saw it the second time in the theaters. Do you consider No Way Home a Christmas movie? Because it takes place in December. And if you remember Michelle Jones,
I know
coffee shop she worked at. She worked at coffee shop.
I know it's that same argument we have with Die Hard being a Christmas film.
Yes, dude.
And I will say yes.
It totally
my same sentiment still stands. Yes, if Die Hard's a Christmas film, then No Way Home counts as a Christmas film.
Yes, seriously, like. Obviously, not just because the ending of hitting web slinging snow, which was beautifully made, by the way, but she worked at a coffee shop and it said Christmas on the shop. Yeah, it was decorations everywhere.
Yeah, it counts.
So
okay.
I'm like, bro, this movie's a Christmas
the same way
movie.
I count Miles Morales as a Christmas game because technically it is set at Christmas. Oh my god, yes, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Thank you, Shellback. Thank you for backing me up on that one. Morbius, he's just misunderstood. I agree. And I think it's like that gray line. I'm looking forward to more. After No Way Home, I am looking forward to Morbius. And I think, granted, my stance is I'm basically looking forward to any Spider-Man related property now because you have to keep this in mind. Pretty much everything great about No Way Home, that was Sony. That was Sony. That was very little was that on Disney. You have to give Sony credit for most of it.
And they're going to eat up that credit. I mean, rightfully so. Think about it. This is Sony's biggest movie ever. They've never had a movie. I don't even know if they've done many billion-dollar flicks like worldwide. Either this is their first one or maybe like their second or third, but this is huge for Sony. They've never had a win like this. They've had some wins, but not like this. Like the fact that they did over $1 billion overseas alone.
And they're so close. And that's even without a China release. That's the same joke
without China.
And the fact that they're so close to that end game. End game numbers.
No, dude. They're close to 1.9. So they've done $1 billion just overseas alone. $1 billion alone. And then you add in the US and it's almost 800 million. So you add the two together, that's almost 1.9.
Yes. And Purple Valkyrie could back us up on this one. Die Hard Batman Returns of both Christmas movies. Exactly. I'm trying to keep it out of the chat. I still haven't even gotten I'm just getting the outline done. I haven't even really got started on the details yet. I'm sorry, guys. Let me put myself up. But speaking to the topic at hand, though.
Yes.
I am not as familiar with Thor as much as probably you have. Probably my exposure is probably, of course, the MCU. And some of the Avengers cartoons and such. And I've always known Thor in the comics and such. And specifically, I would say my first exposure with Thor was probably in the Ultimates.
Okay, I'm already at Brian Hitch was
Hence
drawing
why
the
I'm basing
ultimate.
kind of. Hence why when I'm drawing Thor, I'm basing kind of his design off the ultimate version. So
No, I like what you're onto so far.
even and as such as like even as much as I have very little exposure to Thor. I will say that I am not very happy with how they've treated this character throughout. It's kind of mixed.
You're good to go there. No, I understand. Yeah, you make a very good point. No, obviously he's white. He's shredded. He's got those pretty eyes. He's got the big, long, luscious blonde hair locks.
Okay, dude, stop. We're trying to fall. It's just like because I think about it in the comic sense, I was just like, oh damn, they kind of just really downplay a lot of his characters, and this is where I would have loved to have Bruce on here with me because he goes more into the character more than I do. He knows more about Thor than I do, so it's like it sucks. That's why he's not here with me.
Bruce.
He's got family. Yes. I know he's got family to entertain. Unless he's happily married, so.
Day.
He had to tell them. He has to. Yeah, that was the thing. He's like he was married. He got he got married recently, and he has to tell his family this weekend that they they tied the knot.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce! Shout out to Bruce Lombardo. Oh my God,
Bruce! I know he's watching. He's trying to watch as much as possible. He's like, "Yeah, I want to be in here right now."
I wish he was. I good guy. Love that guy.
I know I know when it comes to Thor, it's just like it's such a really solid character, and I don't know as much about him as much. It's just I just always find it just kind of weird how the way they kind of downplay his character, the way they kind of really screwed him over in the past couple of years.
Really, dude, it's as I mentioned earlier. You take all the featurettes, long blonde hair. He's a man. He's physically imposing, and they can't have that. He's got the ultimate like masculinity image that men see, and they're like, oh, we can't have that. If you ever notice too, like when they reverted it back to Odin's son in the comic books, they took out the mighty in the title, and they have just kept that Thor since. And at first I thought, oh, okay, maybe they're just doing it just so people weren't confused by which book it was, maybe just for the numbering sakes. And then I noticed because when Jane Foster was the character in the book, they called the book was titled Mighty Thor, and then when I saw the Lego set coming out for what's that, Love and Thunder, and there's two Legos, there's two of them, and they have Odinson's Lego listed as Thor, and then they have Jane Foster's Lego listed as Mighty Thor. So I'm like, oh, and then and I guess we're gonna get into Marvel conspiracies here. I saw at my shop recently, I go to my comic shop. And I saw the book on the rack, but I didn't pick it up. But I noticed Daredevil they had dropped the title "Man Without Fear" on the book, and I saw they had a mini series, Daredevil Woman Without Fear. So they only want these characters besides the Amazing Spider-Man. They want all the characters.
I'm gonna have to stop you there.
Yep, stop me.
I've heard nothing but really good things about Elektra taking over the mantle.
Oh, I have no issues with that. Yeah, I've heard good things too. It's just funny how they need to take out anything that has a man being, I guess, incredible or mighty or without fear. They need to take out that title and add it for a woman. So no, and I'm not even speaking of my opinion on Elektra Daredevil because I know the context behind it. It's she's literally be there until Matt gets out of jail type of situation, which that makes sense. That actually is,
sense,
And she's also like she works for them. She actually is not.
Yeah, and they do a great job handling it too.
Yeah, so. I can see that. It's just I know they're intentionally dropping these descriptive titles on the legacy characters and they're adding them to the female characters, and that's done by way of intent.
And I guess and I guess I can see that. Yeah, my problem is definitely with intent, but also how they handle it. Like when I look at Jane Foster Thor, I'm just like, you could make this work, but I feel like it's squandered completely. A lot of potentials there was squandered completely just on intention. And the way that and it was this period in 2017 Marvel where it was the same trope. It's like, having, if you want to have female characters take over the mantle, fine, but do you have to downplay the male characters just so you can prop them up?
That's how they do it. That's the only mock. That's the thing. That's the only way they see it. They don't see it as you can have this cool lady character and a cool guy character. They want to have the cool lady character, but they also want to take shots at the legacy character. They want to take jabs. And this is when I was right around discovering Eric July, because Ripa was he
went off on Jane Foster Thor / Valkyrie /
the time.
All Mother who first started out as being the cancer patient having to take Mjolnir just to survive, then going on to become All Mother, and then become Valkyrie. It's just like, okay, that's a lot of propping up, I guess you could say.
Yeah, there's a lot of propping up, and something that I noticed from Ripa, he would show off the dialogue that Jason Aaron was writing about the character, and Jason Aaron, a lot of his dialogue was written around Jane Foster speaking to the audience in a very not great way. Like, he would write in very meta ways to call out the crowds for what he's doing, changing the Thor stuff. So Jason Aaron was taking shots at fans with Jane Foster's dialogue. I was just like, that son of a bitch. Like, really? Like, so that he wants to make all his dialogue about Jane Foster responding to fan complaints. That was how he wrote his character. Like, his Jane Foster Thor. That's all he saw in it. And I'm like, bro.
And I want to highlight a comment that Purple just said earlier.
Yeah.
And I want to say two things. Where is it? Where's Purple's comment?
Thor deserved better in Endgame?
Yes. Okay. So I do have. First, I did find that scene funny. I did find the Big Lebowski scene funny. It's funny. The Fortnite part was funny too. It's just after in hindsight, when you think about it, I'm like, would it be kind of like Thor to do that after losing everything like that? Would that be kind of the way to go for it?
I get the idea that they're going for. I get the idea they're trying to tackle a mental health issue. I get that, and I don't find anything wrong with that idea.
I don't find anything wrong with the fact,
but I don't feel like that idea translates to Thor. But they want it to translate to someone.
Yeah, and here's my thing. And that was listen. I do like Endgame. I do, but I ain't gonna lie and say that I have a myriad of problems with Endgame. One of which being that when Thor gets when he summons Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, he should be having his original body back.
He should
immediately, not just keep the Fat Thor look in suit.
He's supposed to be able to do that.
Yeah, if he's able to summon Mjolnir and Stormbreaker, he should have his original body back as a result. Now,
no, I agree. That definitely is a major inconsistency, as we have seen him strike a stick down the way they're paying homage to Donald Blake.
Yes,
and I think it was Ragnarok when he did that. He tapped the stick down because obviously that was Blake's thing. And God, where's I? And you see him change his image like that. And all of a sudden, when he's about to fight Thanos, somehow they just couldn't change that. Like,
I would disagree, Subhuman, because my ear, the crowd erupted in that epic Avenger scene, and then when Mjolnir came to Captain America, that was awesome.
It was great,
especially that freaking sequence where Cap tosses shield at Thanos, bounces off, and then he throws Mjolnir straight at the shield and causing that shockwave. I thought that was freaking awesome.
It was badass. It really was. No, I enjoyed that aspect
and they did
too.
They did that with Age of Ultron. Having Mjolnir slam on Cap's shield to create that shockwave effect. I was like, that's awesome.
No, I like Subhuman's comment because two things. One, about Thanos punching Captain Marvel. Take care. About that scene, my theater erupted when Thanos stacked. They cheered on Thanos to whoop Captain Marvel's ass, which is A, hilarious. B, on my live streams, whenever people send me money on the stream elements, that's literally the video that I play for when someone sends me money. Is Thanos stacking Captain Marvel?
That was it. The thing is, with I should probably bring that up. Parrothead brought up this great piece. I totally forgot. I gotta show my daily sketches too, morning sketches. But I gotta bring this up because Parrothead brought that up earlier in the stream. That probably one of the best Boomer moments was me doing that color piece of Captain Marvel and reversing the colors and actually flipping it over. Let me find it. Copic work. 1 second. But Cap is Carol's another like can of worms because of how I really despise how they handle a character. Okay, here we go. So this was the. Let me see. There you go. So this was the Captain Marvel piece I did early in 2021, and I boomered it by flipping her colors over, where it's supposed to be red on top and blue on the bottom, and then I just kind of kept it with the sash to just make it blue. So it worked.
It does. It does.
It still works. So I did give her the kind of you could see kind of the side of the head shaven a little bit, but it does work here. So
wow.
Yeah, that's
nicely
my
done.
That's my
dude.
Dean Carroll. Carroll. So
Better.
And Grumpy Fat Thor isn't accurate to me. Yeah, true. And I know that's another thing, kind of dealing with how it's depicted in, especially with Norse mythology, especially when we were looking at, especially where I know there's definitely been some kind of worrisome about how they'll bring in Thor within God of War Ragnarok. Thor, so I'm interested. I'm interested to see how that's all gonna play out. So, but it's. I'm not looking forward to it. Like I said, I was done with the MCU after, technically after No Way Home. It was supposed to be after Endgame, but my exception to the rule was supposed to be Black Widow, but because that's been pushed back for so long, I just stopped caring. I just stopped caring, and I was willing to let slide with No Way Home, but now No Way Home is officially the last MCU film for me. I'm done with it after.
That's a good place to jump off. Honestly,
and I've said this before. That ending to No Way Home, to me, that is the true ending for the MCU.
Yes,
that's
a great way to end it, man.
The true ending,
because Spider-Man is Spider-Man. He's now he's now operating out of literally the heart of New York City. He makes his suits again. He's on his own now, doing his own thing, not getting involved in space missions. When Spider-Man got involved in space stuff in the comics, it was very seldom and felt special when it happened. Whereas the MCU, they want to apply every character to every situation. It's just like, it's fun for a moment, but it's not something you got to apply. They're trying to play one size fits all to literally all.
Pretty
and that
much.
shouldn't be the case. Like some characters, it's one thing. Like if you had Daredevil fighting like some
And that's
some
true,
alien creature,
and that's true, Cavatino. They did take a lot of liberties because the whole reason that Thanos snapped half the universe because he was trying to impress Lady Death.
yes, and that was changed intentionally.
Who then fell for Deadpool.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's true, dude. True.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Grumpy was putting in the whole thing with Sana being I don't care. I just don't care.
Yeah.
It's like I look at this, it looks like they might be course correcting on a couple of things. Concerning kind of transitioning some of the characters from that period of Marvel into the MCU.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they might be course correcting a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't think they're going to course
interesting.
correct. I honestly, even if there were, I'm not interested. But here's the thing: if there's one thing I've learned lately, when you think that they are going to course correct, not only do they not, but they do even worse than they did before. So it's like, okay, Sama Amanat's gone.
Yeah, pull the rug underneath.
Yeah, they're just gonna get someone even worse. That's all they're gonna do. They're gonna get someone even worse. They're not gonna be like, okay, now let's go back to what we were. We gotta do even worse than we were before because it's that failing upwards trajectory. They're gonna find someone who probably ruined a few books, and like, okay, well, you ruined this book, you ruined that book. We're gonna move you on up to this role. So nowadays, you could suck at a company, and the more you suck, the more offers and opportunities you get. And best example, and once again, this brings it back to Eric July, just because it's so relevant. But Kelly Thompson, they keep giving her all these books, and they're not good.
No. Remember, the it girl right now is Vida Ayala. So
she's another one. No, Vida Ayala's another one. These writers, they do these books and they're not well received. They don't sell well on top of it, and then they put them on other books. Like, what is going on? And you can't just also blame these writers. You also look at who's involved in editorial, because obviously when you write a book,
a lot of times editorial has to take some of the blame.
Oh, I'd even argue they might take even more because they're the ones at the end of the day approving these things. They're not the ones saying, hey, you need to fix this, or hey, this could be better. It's like they're afraid. It's like, I mean, I can't prove what's going on in the editorial room, but my guess is whoever is in that position, the editor in chief, my guess is whoever it is does not have the balls to call out when stuff is being done wrong.
Just kind of let them know, this isn't working. This isn't working. It's just like you got to. It's kind of thing with the. It's kind of the thing. What we say. It's kind of thing that I always said with the prequels is that, Lucas. And I love George Lucas. Will ever always do, but he was given way too much creative freedom in the prequels, and he needs someone like a Gary Kurtz or like his ex-wife to ring him in, to reel him in.
Yep. Agreed. And you need someone to keep you in check. And these writers aren't kept in check. They're just
and that's the thing. It's like, you need, and in the case of kind of what we're seeing with a lot of the and I'm not saying it's and I'm not saying to all, what goes on DC Marvel. It's just like just a lot of the bad books out there. You got a lot of the cases that you got to learn that you got to learn the power of the word no. Sometimes it's like, no, this ain't gonna work.
Yeah, and no, Makini, you're right, because here's the thing: the more you keep being the yes man to these writers, one day you're not gonna be able to hold that no inside you. And by the time you say that no, it's going to take them off guard. And when they are taken off guard by that no, they're going to freak the hell out because they've gotten so used in being conditioned into always getting what they want that the minute that they're finally told no, they're like, now you've created a monster.
Whoa, slow down.
Okay, slowing down.
Okay, two things. Wait, is it really happening? Hang on, let me check. Oh no!
What's wrong?
William Hurt passed away.
What?
Yeah.
What?
They just posted it. William Hurt
Oh,
passed
I
away
see
at
Tom's comment.
71.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, I'm sorry to
Dude.
hear that.
What the frick, man? Y'all need to stop dying. You all need to
It's
stop
been
dying.
yeah. For those who don't know, William Hurt, Kiss the Spider Woman. Let's see. Love You to Death, End of the World, The Doctor of Plague, Couch in New York, Lost in Space, Dark City. So many films.
Yeah.
He was History of Violence. Jesus Christ, it's a lot. Robin Hood. He was Thaddeus
Thunderbolt Ross. Yeah,
Thunderbolt.
Ross.
Yeah, Thunderbolt
yeah.
Ross. Thunderbolt Ross. That's
I liked him as Ross too. Actually, I'm not saying just because he passed. I actually liked him as Ross.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know that leads into, and that's Thunderbolt. That's Red Hulk, right?
Yeah, he did, that was later on in comic lore, but yes, that would be.
Okay, yeah. Okay, that's damn. Yeah, he's had an absolutely illustrious career, and that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. 71. That sucks. Damn it. Oh.
Dude, Jesus, man.
Rest in peace, guys. Rest in peace.
No, seriously, he was so good. Like, I loved him as Ross in the MC because he's obviously in the Incredible Hulk, which is underrated, by the way.
Yeah.
And then you had Captain America's Civil War. Then you had Avengers Endgame. He popped up at the end.
Civil War and Endgame. Was he in Endgame?
At the end.
And for those who don't know, who Thunderbolt Ross was, he was the person who gave who assigned the Sokovia Accords in Civil War.
Mm-hmm. And he was also in Infinity War when he let them know they were still under arrest for everything that happened in Civil War. So he was great. He was awesome in that role, and it's great because they only put him in the screen for like anywhere between 5 to 10 minutes. But that 5 to 10 minutes with him was really good. Yeah,
and you're looking forward to seeing that moment, seeing the time down the line when we're gonna get that the whole Thunderbolts team with Red Hulk, with Red Hulk, Squirrel Girl, and a couple others.
Oh yeah, the Thunderbolts would in a perfect world, I would love to watch a Thunderbolts movie or show, but with the current climate, it's harder for me to like be and want to see that. I almost wish they just didn't touch it. That way I can just be like, okay, it's safe type of deal.
And I want to be safe. And here's another thing. I am very happy though, because we got Squeaka Mouse in the chat. Good to see you, Squeaka. I know, but I finally did it, guys.
You guys.
We got Tom of Midnight's Edge on the chat. I finally see Tom in my chat. I was like, what? Sorry. I know. I'm sorry. It's just.
Nah, Tom's a good guy.
His birthday? Fuck. Natural causes according to family, yeah.
At least it was natural causes. I mean, once again, I rather, as you and I were talking earlier when we were talking
I would rather be natural causes. I'm just hoping it's natural causes for me, but I'm afraid it's not going to be though.
Well, it makes sense though. I mean, he was 72, so I get that does sound believable. I mean, granted, it could be false, but that does sound believable at this point.
Yeah, it's not like it's not like when we're still trying to figure out what happened with the head injury that caused Bob Saget's passing. I was like,
oh, that one's really sketchy.
We're still trying to figure that out. Yeah.
Tom, he says, I want to go in my sleep or fucking.
I'm sorry. Well, Tom, well, the thing is, Tom, what we were talking about before was like, if you had a slice of pizza, it was like if pizza was going to be the way it was determined that it was going to have to be pizza the way that you're going to leave this earth, what would be the pizza that you would eat before you die? And Nick, if you want to go back and say that again, if you want to say his version again, I completely forgot.
About the toppings.
Yeah.
If I for my last pizza before I would die, I would like a nice thin crust, half garlic and on the other half bacon or pepperoni on
Mhm.
it. Yeah, that was my. And then yours was the double deep dish
It was
stuffed
it was a
crust.
deep dish stuffed crust,
Yeah, deep dish stuffed crust
pepperoni,
was yours.
sausage, and extra cheese
Yes.
with a side of garlic bread. That's just that just be
Oh,
it for me.
that's a good way to go.
Now I'm afraid of us saying that means that I may have never have to eat that topping ever again. I'm worried now. I'm like, oh, fuck. That's an omen. Ah! Anyway, yeah, I know it's damn, it sucks. Oh, okay. Tom said, pepperoni, mushroom, sausage, and Rocky Rococo.
Rococo. I don't know Rococo, but I'm glad Tom
Extra
likes his
cheese.
cheese.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
yes, put the extra cheese in there.
Yes. Gotta have the cheese. Gotta have the cheese. Cheese is great. I love cheese.
Man, that's so much. It's like, yeah, and I do think you and I do agree with you, Nick. Is like in a better world, yeah, I would have been excited for a Thunderbolts film. Now I have to stop because I have to share this.
Yes, share it away.
I'll be right back.
All right, I'll carry it. I'll carry it. Will you take care of this? Tom says basically he wants a Godfather's pizza. All right, Tam. I want a pizza. I want a pizza, and you better not forget about it. All right. And now he wants one with Wisconsin. All right, Wisconsin. What is it?
In a better world,
Go ahead.
It saddens me
Mm-hmm.
that in a better world, we're not going to get this.
Oh yeah, Agent Venom, Flash Thompson.
I
remember Flash Thompson.
I fucking love Flash Thompson.
Oh yeah,
I absolutely loved what they did with his character.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely loved it. From him going from this high school jock, high school bully, to serving in the army, losing both of his legs, and then taking a symbiote, becoming Agent Venom, being a mentor for Andy Mania when he was in Philadelphia, fighting with Eddie Brock, who was Toxin at the time. Just all the, even going to space, work with Guardians of the Galaxy. I love that part of Flash Thompson. I love that. And I hated him getting killed off in and I think it was from one of the arcs from a couple years ago when, of course, when Eddie was back as Venom, and then he was Agent Anti-Venom for a bit. Yeah, sorry.
Agent Anti-Venom. That doesn't have a good ring to it. That doesn't. Agent Venom was much better. Agent Venom was definitely much better than Anti-Venom.
I love it. That's just it's just I've never had Godfathers. I'd love to compare though. And he said, "No, Rocky Rococo's a Wisconsin restaurant. It's like Godfather's Pizza." Okay.
I understand, kind of.
That's a beautiful cover. No, I love Flash Thompson. It's just like I hate that because we get this. We're not going to get that Flash Thompson in a better world. I would love to have that. To see an MCU version of that Flash Thompson, Agent Venom, but we're getting this shitty Indian
social media
Flash
star.
Thompson. I hate that. I hated that Flash Thompson since day one.
No, dude. It's a shame that there will be some characters that will never be adapted. I almost, like I said earlier, I almost wish some of them just weren't ever live action, just to spare me that ruination of it happening. Like I'm like how Moon Knight's gonna turn out. I don't know how that's gonna turn out.
True.
However it does. But that's a very complex character. Even good writers have had trouble getting his character right. And he's also a really dark character as well. And since he's also a dark character, that's something that doesn't seem to align with Disney Plus, more so like Marvel Netflix. I don't see them getting a character like that right now. Would I like for them to? Yeah. And I've read the original Moon Knight run. I've read the Jeff Lemire run for a little over half a decade ago, which I really enjoyed. It's just that takes a lot to get
One second.
right.
I'm gonna switch over cameras for a second. I don't know if I still have in-room my webcam.
All good, dude.
Oh shoot! I think I gotta restart. I gotta reinstall that. Do you want to? Okay. Yeah. Okay. No. I'm gonna show you my. Comic shelf in a bit. So I gotta install. I gotta install interim webcam first. But yeah, you were saying.
God, I can't. Oh, well, Moon Knight. I don't see how they're gonna get a character like that right. He's so complex. And that if you take away any aspect of that, it's at that point it's just not Moon Knight. You can't water down that type of character.
Right, because I know I see him. He's more of the Batman for Marvel, right? And I know
to an extent, yeah.
Okay, this is gonna be interesting. So I gotta oh, thank you. Oh, Tom, thank you for stopping by. I hope some. I will try to reach out to you when I hit 1K because let's have you on. I gotta do some TMNT art for you at some point.
Oh, there you go.
I love Stephen T. I gotta do something just something nice.
Yes.
And yes, Puckwell, good to see you, my friend. I gotta let me open this up. I gotta turn my camera on. Where is it? Sorry, I gotta show you my. Well, it's not a comic collection; it's my graphic novel collection. Because...
Okay. No, I want to see what you got. Show me.
I gotta turn the camera off. Unfortunately, sorry guys.
No. Do what you gotta do. You gotta protect yourself. Oh, hi guys. So Makini is he's back. It was a good 5 seconds.
Yeah. For 5 seconds, it was gonna be Nickweiser. 32 Flavors of Nickweiser live. He was gonna take over the channel. I would not let that happen. See you back. No. I gotta install. I got a bunch of shit all over me right now, and that way I just got a bunch of stuff on my desk and try to keep everything and praying out, knock over my Ripa hydrate. That's still got to see. By the way, guys. I will finish. Looks like I will finish I will try to finish it this week, and I will send it out. I will try to frame it and send it out to Nickweiser. So I send every time I have most guests that I have on. I do drawings for them. When I do finish it, I tend to send it out to them.
Oh my god!
As a little gift. So
yes!
I'll definitely frame it and send it for him.
Yes!
Yeah, my first attempt at drawing Thor. And I'm already liking it a lot, so I think it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Love it.
All right, let me see. And yes. Okay, there we go. Let me see. I don't know if I have enough of a reach though. It depends on my camera. So let me see.
Can he do it?
All right, can he do it? There we go. Okay. Let me blow mine up and make sure I don't do a face reveal.
Yeah. Gotta keep the mystery alive.
Yeah, I gotta keep the mystery alive. Although if you've been on Fat Steven streams, you'll see it. You already seen it. So this is my DC shelf. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yep, loud and clear.
So this is most of my DC graphic novels with as you could probably tell, I'm a big fan of Nightwing and Supergirls. And then there was a run of Red Hood and the Outlaws that I absolutely adored. And then you'll see Miss Marvel, and this is the Warbird era. Carol Danvers here, because that's the only Carol for me. And then this is my Marvel shelf right here. The first graphic novel I ever read was Jonathan Hickman's Infinity.
Okay.
And then you have who's it? Winter Soldier by what's his name?
Was it Ed Brubaker?
Ed Brubaker's Winter Soldier. Absolutely fantastic. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. So then I got a bunch of Spider-Man books because I got some of the new Avengers run. That was definitely when Frank Cho was doing the art for that at the time. Of course, Venom, Secret Invasion, two Marvel Knights books, which I actually really like the Marvel Knights line.
Dude, Marvel Knights was great.
Adapted. Of course, I got Daredevil's famous Born Again, if I could find it. Yeah, it's right on the very far left is Daredevil Born Again.
Oh, yes. Born Again.
Ultimate Spider-Man. First, most of the volumes of Ultimate Spider-Man. X-Force, which is actually the first X-Men book I ever read. Only X-Men book I ever read is X-Force, and that was when it was Wolverine, X-23, Wolfsbane, and Archangel. Let me see if I can open this up. I loved it. Yeah, right here. Look at this. Look at this. Wolverine X-23.
Yeah, I remember
Archangel.
that.
Oh, and Warpath. I also got Warpath. See, it's like my shelf is right over there. My apologies, guys.
No, you're good, dude. You're good, man.
Then
I don't think Chaz might either.
I know the name scares people. I do have Nick Spencer's run on Amazing Spider-Man. Some of the big ones, such as Spider-Verse, Spider-Geddon, of course, the big one is Spider-Man of Dan Slott, and then I have at least the first entire run of Silk, which is a character I do like that I think they just kind of squandered a bit. I know that's another topic for discussion as I go over my Hot Wheels here.
Ooh.
I know it's another topic. I'm back to collecting Hot Wheels again. It's like a premium collection now, so I'll have to change it there. Anyway, but this shelf here, this is all independent. So like Indiegogo / Kickstarter / Comicsgate. So I have a bunch of CG books here, and the two big ones are Miriam's book, Miriam and Rhett Gaze's book, Sunsworn and Bonds. So those are the two big boxes. I had to keep the boxes there. You can see Common America, which has amazing books, absolutely amazing stuff. And then down here, I have some more independents, such as Image with like Red. There's a specific run of Red Sonja that I really liked, and then of course Empowered Battle Chasers by just so many, so many.
I'm surprised I didn't see Common America. That's like up your alley, Common America. Did I miss it?
I got volumes 1 through 4.
Oh, there it is.
Plus
there it is.
The omnibus.
Okay,
Plus the omnibus.
I missed it.
I've already pre-ordered. Already backed volume 5, and this is my wall. That's my wall right there. So let me go to Terra. Okay, so yeah, that was I have Common America 1 through 4 plus the omnibus, and I'm looking forward to volume 5.
Love it. Love it.
It's absolutely fantastic. Fantastic independent stuff. Hopefully someday I'll probably put a book of my own on that wall too. On that shelf. Hopefully someday we can look together and do those shelves someday.
You better you better draw a very toxic book. You better draw a very toxic book.
Yeah, I'll try. I'm not as I'm probably not as toxic as others. Although I probably won't be as toxic as say something like the Rippaverse. Wink, wink. Oh my goodness! I can't wait to everybody get right back on.
It's okay.
People, oh man, this has been great.
It has been.
See, we can do. See, I was able to do this without Mads and Bruce.
See, you held the fort down just nicely.
Yeah, and yes, Subhuman put it up. Yeah, the X-Force, that was part of that Messiah Wars storyline. Yeah, that was the first time I read an X-Men book. And I absolutely loved it. I got those. Let me see what else. He has an epic face. Oh, stop. I'm not going to say anything. I am not going to say anything, but I did you have to go to a specific pub chat on Fat Stevens' channel that I actually did a face reveal. Not like an accidental. I actually was confident enough to actually do a full.
Wow.
And I will probably do that. I will probably do that at 1,000. Probably.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Get him to 1,000, guys. Till then, I respect your superhero identity. The same way I respect like Vigilante Williamson.
I know,
I'm
right?
like, I'm at a point where I told VW, I'm like, when I meet you, you better keep that mask on. I'm gonna fight to keep your mask on. I want to keep the mystery there. I want to keep it as a mystery. Like, it reminds me of like with Daredevil. Like, he can usually find out many like superheroes' identities
Mhm.
by piecing certain things together about mannerisms, heartbeats,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
behaviors. And I'm just like, okay, Daredevil can easily do that, but he's just like, nah, I gotta respect the superhero secret, and that's what I want.
See, I respect
want to
that.
keep,
See, I like that. I like that. Respect that. Respect that.
yeah, I want to keep
identity.
VW mystery. So I'm
I
gonna make sure.
I like to think VW with VWs. It's like a Superman. It's just like a Clark Kent sunglasses thing. Nobody notices it's the glasses. It's the freaking glasses. Make it so different.
Dude,
I
no.
love that. I love it. I love it. It's just
VW. Yeah, I'm like, I want the mystery there. I will fight for his mystery. I don't even want him to tell me his real name. I won't let him do it. Luckily, I don't think he wants to anyway, so it
No,
works
I don't.
out.
No, I don't want not want to know y'all's real name. I acknowledge. Even if I do know, I still will call you by.
Yep.
Even in private, I'll still call you by.
Yeah, same. Like, there's some people out there who know my real name
because I
There's
respect you
some.
that much. I respect that's how
Mhm.
much I respect you guys.
Mhm. No, and that's I respect the identity, and there's a good amount of people out there who do know my real name. And that's fine, but
Mhm.
it's just for me. I love the mystery, and we're in a day and age where everyone knows everything about everyone. I'm
Mhm.
trying to make mystery awesome again.
Exactly. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's just we need that mystery. We need that. We need that larger than life heroes. We need that. We need that escapism.
Mm-hmm.
Even within our own lives. I like your mind trying to think it. I was like, yeah, we need that mystery. I was like, yeah, we need those larger than life heroes. I want to see y'all as larger than life heroes. I want to see y'all as like a mystery. It's like stop it, Shellback. Come on.
Oh, don't you even, Shell? Don't you even?
Oh, come on.
Awesome one.
It's just like it's speaking of Daredevil, which I gotta reboard again. Which so how did you hear that Disney is planning to bring all the Netflix Netflix shows back to Disney Plus, and they're gonna go ahead with a 4th season?
Yes, I don't know how that's gonna work. I mean, because like the other 3 seasons were basically not in continuity, which is fine. I had no issues there. But now it's gonna be continuity. It's kind of weird.
Well, and I do think that was I think what the ending of No Way Home did was it was almost like a real reset for a lot of things.
It was. No, and it was. You're right. I agree. It was definitely. There was some. I don't know if you want to say soft reboot or if it was just. I've lost the word here. I really have lost the word. I don't know. All I know is it feels like they were starting fresh. I guess we'll just say they're starting fresh for conversation's sake, and that's fine. And what I like about Charlie Cox is how enthusiastic he is about Daredevil, because he's super into it. He's still super into the character. He still talks about what he's been reading as far as source material goes.
What'd you think about that cameo? I knew that was gonna happen. I was told beforehand that cameo was gonna happen, and I still was excited for that. I was like,
never had I known something was going to happen, and I still freaked out when it happened. That's how great that it was.
It was that moment. It was just that moment when that brick was thrown through the wall and he just catches it. He's like, "How did you do that?" He's like, "Trust me, I'm a lawyer." I'm a lawyer.
I love Charlie's enthusiasm for the character. He truly loves the character. He really does. And that's something you're not seeing with most of the actors and actresses in the MCU. Not many of them speak that highly of their characters. He's one of the very, very few that does. And he's already saying, listen, if you're going to give me my character, I want a DD on my chest. I've earned that. And when I heard him say that, I'm like, that is great that he's saying, hey, listen, we need this comic accuracy here. And that's what I want more more people doing, saying, hey, we need to make this more accurate to the books. I want guys who are campaigning for that. And it's unfortunate because guys like Charlie Cox are so few and far between.
And that's true. That's true. I would, and that's kind of, and I know that's always been kind of our stick, was that, we're always wanting so bad to have comic accuracy. But in my case was, I want, if have comic accuracy, but transition to film. Hence why I loved most of the designs in the MCU, because they did stay somewhat close to their comic counterparts, but they were given kind of much more reign to kind of do more with it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And
yeah.
I am, and when we saw him fighting Kingpin in the season finale of the first season, donning the suit, I was like, all you need is just those initials. That's all you need.
Yeah, dude. Why was it so hard for Netflix, this big billion-dollar industry, to not slap a DD? Oh, that's probably because Jeff Loeb. It probably is a Jeff Loeb thing, which is weird because he wrote some really good comic books. But when it came to TV, Jeff Loeb was not half as exciting. He was starting to get really hyper-focused on wanting things to be quote-unquote realistic and grounded. It's just like, bro, these, at the end of the day, these are superhero shows. Just go for it, man. I want my Iron Fist.
Do realistic and grounded. It can, and I think Daredevil's a shining example of how to pull that off.
Yeah,
flawless.
but he sees the DD as that takes it out of the realistic.
No, it doesn't.
Element.
That actually, I think if you could add that DD sign in a perfect in a way, it still feels realistic.
You could
it would feel like it would hit best of both worlds.
You could have, but Loeb sees it one way. That's the issue. Loeb sees it. He's got a narrower point of view, because that's why he didn't want Danny Rand with the Iron Fist mask, because he doesn't like those superhero elements. And it's like, bro, this shit, if this shit never was created, you wouldn't be making it like adapt into a show.
Totally. And now, the thing is, you bringing that up, now I can understand why. I'm starting to understand much more why that there was that such that big fallout between what Loeb was doing with some of the Netflix stuff, and of course Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and why Feige wasn't willing to acknowledge that the Netflix stuff nor Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. became its own entity, wasn't a part of the MCU. Even though it clearly was, because
it totally was.
With the first Daredevil, the first season of Daredevil, they completely referenced the Battle of New York.
Even the Battle of Harlem in the Incredible Hulk. Seriously, they acknowledged about, and then the problem was they kept dragging out the Battle of New York. It's like, all right, guys, we know the Battle of New York happened. Talk about something else that happened, but obviously,
and that was the problem. That was kind of the problem with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was that it was just like, how long are you going to keep this acknowledgement of Coulson being dead, and also, how long are you going to keep this up of the fact that we've had Inhumans, of the Terrigen, not the way that the Terrigen Mist was done in the comics, but how the Terrigen Mist was done that way. And it has all these things that were happening in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. How is that not acknowledged?
Yeah, yeah. And
with the Inhuman parts, I get that, and I do think that kind of sucks, because they completely wrote off the Inhumans. They completely got rid of them in the comics sense too.
Yep.
Because there's some really good things they've done with them. It's just the way it was handled in TV, especially with that god awful TV pilot.
Dude. See, now you're getting to a point of tragedy, because for me, I love the Inhumans. I do. I really genuinely love the Inhumans. And I was one of those people who was initially psyched for an Inhumans movie, because that's I'm like, I love the Inhumans. That actually makes sense to have a Inhumans movie. But then I started piecing it together at that time because I saw in the comics they were trying to make the Inhumans more like the X-Men, and I'm like, oh no. And then the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., they were
Because it
doing
was at
the
the
X-Men
time.
thing with the Inhumans, only because at the time 20th Century Fox had the movie rights to the X-Men, so Marvel was responding in pettiness, thinking, oh, we'll replace the X-Men with the Inhumans and people will like it. Which the problem was, now you're trying to make the Inhumans like the X-Men, expecting that that's going to translate, which obviously didn't. But it also took people who you could have had be potential new fans of the Inhumans. You now push them away because you try to replace the X-Men with them, rather say, hey, listen, we have another cool story, instead of, hey, we're going to replace the character that you love and you need to embrace these new ones. You should have just said, hey, listen, these characters are cool too. But nope, they wanted to replace the X-Men. And they only started caring about the X-Men right when that merger happened. Once the merger happened with Fox, and all of a sudden they started caring about the X-Men again. Then they started caring about the X-Men books again. Then they became a priority again. And the Inhumans got put to the wayside, not just by way of originally was supposed to be a movie, but then they dumbed it down to a TV show, and then they dumbed it down for a TV show to a super low budget TV show. So now between the comics and the show, the Inhumans are basically non-existent now, and that's really tragic how that all happened, because all of that could have been avoided, but pettiness is what was priority.
Yeah, and that was a pettiness, and that sucks. It kind of where that went, because a lot of potential from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. from season 2 and onwards was really built off of introducing the Inhumans and making that work. And I was like, okay, this is perfect. You got something here, but it just kind of, and it's just sometimes sad it didn't go that way. And how much you want to bet that it's going to be Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness is going to be their way of bringing in X-Men and the Fantastic Four, because there's talks about keeping the whole multiverses. They're going to try to. The movie's going to try to attempt to keep it all in one single universe. They're going to try to just unify it. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay. If that is the case, let's just roll with that for conversation's sake.
Okay.
Roll. That is very convoluted.
Yes, it is.
And that's saying a lot, because even in the glory days of the X-Men, there's still a lot of convoluted continuity going on during even the glory days of the X-Men.
Oh, yeah.
That should tell you everything. And the last thing you want to do is start off the X-Men with already being confused. I'm conflicted on that. I really am. I don't.
Well, I'm not looking forward to how they're going to bring in the X-Men or Fantastic Four. At least not in this kind of area of the MCU too.
No, I see. I've always been in my center of the world. I've always been more of a Fantastic Four guy. Well, I've always said that just because I'm not as big into the X-Men. If I were still to be like, let's just say I was a Marvel writer, and they put me on, God, I don't know, we'll just say the Punisher. And they said, hey, Nick, could you add in like Nightcrawler for this arc? And I'd be, yeah, of course, sure.
Well, but you have to plan it out though.
And I would
something that would actually make sense.
Yeah. And that's like let me I would say to editorial, let me plan out so I can make it make sense. I want to make it a story that adjusts to both their story settings, and I would still respect what came before of Nightcrawler. So I would still like read enough of the source material where I can figure out his voice, his characterization, and after that, then I'm like, okay, now I feel confident to write Nightcrawler as a character, because now I understand his voice. I want to make sure I have his dialogue down pat. I would respect what came before. I went back, well, Marvel wanted me to add his character. I added the character, but I didn't do any research into it, because I want to know what makes Nightcrawler, but I can't do that. I shouldn't say I can't. But though you should, because a lot of writers now they think they can just throw in any character, but then it's like, then you listen to the character speak, like, that's not something Reed Richards would say. That's not something Johnny Blaze would say. They think that when they add in guest characters, they just don't sound like themselves. It's like they then do the extra research. And for me, if you're going to commit to a character, it ain't about how you feel about the character, but it's about respecting what is, there before you. Because there's going to always be someone out there who's a fan of Nightcrawler. There's going to always be someone who's a fan of Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. And they expect that respectful treatment. So I would at least respect Nightcrawler to Nightcrawler fans. Even though the X-Men's not my leaning, I would still do it out of respect for those fans.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Stay true to that. And it just doesn't make sense. It wouldn't make sense to just kind of throw them in anything because it's just this scenarios. It's not going to work. No matter how hard you try to figure it out, it's not going to work unless it's got to be. There's a lot of factors that comes into play, and I do think it's like there's a lot of factors to this when you have guest characters spot in the comics and such like that, and it has to be a lot of thought has to go into it, and it has to actually make this work within the confines of the story, within the confines of the universe, and within the confines of whatever situation that they're in. So it's interesting. I'm not a fan of how it's going to be handled because because even though I'm probably not into the big as the X-Men as much as others are, there's still plenty of characters that I absolutely adore.
Oh, of course,
hands down.
Oh, and that's
so it's not
that's
good.
It
can change. So and the same thing goes with Fantastic Four. I mean, granted, the MCU's equivalent may be better than the both the Tim Story and the 2015 Fan Four Stick.
Oh, Fan Four Stick. See, and that's another thing what worries me about the Fantastic Four. Like Marvel nowadays seems to really not want to embrace the idea of the nuclear family. And then on top of it, you got, blue eyes, blonde hair, Johnny Storm, total ladies man, very toxic man. And then you got who's supposed to be the smartest character in the universe, Reed Richards. They don't like a man being the smartest character. And then you got Invisible Woman who's married to Reed. They don't want a girl to have that happy, successful marriage. They want every lady to be miserable now. And then you got in the Thing, who they'll probably make non-binary because he's a thing. So they want to take advantage of that. Those characters are there just to have everyone push their thoughts and ideologies on them.
And that's the thing is like this thing is like it's gonna probably ignore the fact that Reed Richards is the smartest character, one of the smartest characters in the MCU. No, one of the smartest characters in the Marvel universe. Period.
Yes.
He's done a lot of things that have been very integral. Especially, I remember the time when they made him out into they made Reed Richards out into an absolute complete psychopath in the Ultimate Verse.
The Maker.
The Maker, exactly. And which makes this what you kind of sounds like. It sounds like they won't do a Fantastic Four. It sounds like they'll just jump straight to Future Foundation.
See, I don't even know if they do that because once again, that's the family with their kids too. The one son, one daughter. They should do. I would like for them to have the family element around. I think that's a great idea. But if they do that, if they do embrace the family element, they're gonna tokenize it. I mean, they can't help themselves. It's like a sexual fetish.
It just did not make any lick of sense whatsoever in the 2015 Fan Four Stick. It did not make any sense whatsoever.
It did not. And
you think it's going to make any sense here? No.
And see, this is where I come from with this argument. I've said this before on many streams, and somewhere out there you can find it. With the Kingpin in 2003 Daredevil, I wasn't wild about that movie, but I didn't mind Michael Clark Duncan as the Kingpin, even though Vincent, rest in peace. Even though Vincent D'Onofrio showed up and owned the role far more, but the whole point is when Duncan was casted, it actually felt like an honest, genuine casting. It really felt like at the time they really were looking for the best actor,
and not just. And he really did nail that Kingpin role. It felt like it.
No, he really wanted. It felt like he wanted to be there, and if he felt like he was the Kingpin, which is good. You want that. Nowadays, they change all these characters so often. you don't know which ones are hired based off of talent or hired off of, well, demographic optics. Because now for some reason it doesn't matter if you're good. You can just have the right sexuality, the right gender, or whatever, the right race.
I'm sorry. I was watching a Club Vision TV video the other day. We're talking about the MCU, Disney bringing in the Netflix shows. I think it was Geeky joking about doing some kind of like multiverse crossover with with Charlie Cox and Ben Affleck's Daredevil. That was bad.
No, don't apologize. That's great. That's great. That's hilarious. Charlie Cox and Ben Affleck's Daredevil. Oh my god!
It was like you were bring. Okay. I might be interested just if you bring back Jennifer Gardner as Elektra. Okay, I might be interested there, but come on. No, it's such a weird thing how they're gonna bring it in there. It's like, I'm interested. I'm very interested to see how that's like. Okay, no, scratch that. I'm interested in hearing what's going to be the fallout from it. Because, like I said, walked away from the MCU, so I'm going to be interested in seeing what the fallout's going to be from that.
The fallout is going to be what people are going to remember it for, more so than the actual arrival of the F4 and X-Men. So it's going to be the fallout because it's gonna divide people. It is. It's gonna divide people. I already know it.
Okay. Think about this. When we first saw the Multiverse of Madness trailer, what is the first thing Wanda says? She's made some mistakes.
Oh yeah, I saw it once.
Because that's regards to WandaVision. Because you cannot look at WandaVision and not say that Wanda was basically acting as a villain.
Oh, she
in that
was
show.
full villain. And I've had some people try to use the argument, but she started as a villain in the book. I'm like, yes, that's true. However,
but in the continuity of the MCU,
she already was a villain in the MCU when the Age of Ultron hit.
Well, Age of Ultron at first, but yeah.
She already was on Ultron's side. Then she moved over to the other side. When Hawkeye said to Wanda, when you walk out of this room, you are an Avenger. You are an Avenger. When you walk out there, you are an Avenger. That was her moment of finally converting. That was her moment. So she already had that moment. So now we're not only A, back at square one, B, you had some of the absolute trashiest dialogue when Monica Rambeau was like, this town will never understand what you did for them. I was like, bitch, please. She didn't do anything. She should not. She literally held that town as prisoners, and you had the audacity to say a comment like that. And the nerve on Monica.
Let's not forget the absolute the moment you had a golden opportunity that was completely fucking squandered, and you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, the Doctor Strange moment because he was written out.
No, bringing in Evan Peters Quicksilver.
Oh, dude! I'm glad you mentioned that because you want to talk about when episode 5 of that aired. Everyone was talking about it. Everyone was talking about it.
Yep.
Even people who were not as fond
it was
of the
saying
MCU,
that was they were touting it as their Luke Skywalker moment.
And then they were saying the last episode is going to have a big moment like that. So they're already doing another hype up saying, and then the week of the last episode, they started doing damage control and saying, hey, adjust your expectations, right? Why are you saying this now? When a mere few weeks ago.
And I think a lot, especially the real big comic fans were expecting
Mephisto.
We're expecting
Mephisto. Or Nightmare. And the thing is, they led with big reveal. They led with big reveal for the season finale, and ended up being no one. No one appeared. So they backtracked on that on the week of the last episode, and then on top of it, to bring it back to the 5th episode, everyone was talking about that ending, and now that ending looks like a waste because you had everyone excited, and then all of a sudden he's nothing more than just a neighbor.
And one that's the thing, you remember the writers saying that they had no idea who Mephisto was upon, when the
Writing.
showrunners said, as reported upon setting that up, who had no idea what Mephisto was. And you could have probably done a really good, not just a good Google search, but a really solid read into Mephisto's character, because because I think if they went with Mephisto, that would have made everything would have been perfect sense.
Huge.
Everything would have made perfect sense.
It would have been huge. No, you're right. And it's fine if she didn't know the character prior to it, but if you say, okay, I'm not familiar with this character, I'm going to take time and research to learn about this character,
or have someone as part of someone probably in the writing department who's probably more familiar with the character to start researching and start figuring how we can write this in. Because you bring Mephisto, because if they went with Mephisto, it would have made perfect sense with concerning Wanda's actions.
Yeah, they had the right character, they had the right idea there, and it ended up being nothing. Like the Quicksilver thing was nothing. Big reveal was nothing. And then when you find out later on that Doctor Strange was originally going to be in the show,
that was a
identity politics 101.
The blame on that goes straight on Feige.
Oh, it does. Yeah, we all heard what he said. He said, "Oh, we can have a white man teaching a lady."
It's like, out.
Oh, dude, he is a coward for that. Like
because
is
it's supposed to because they had to kind of rewrite and reshoot so much in Multiverse of Madness just so it doesn't tie into WandaVision.
Oh, and they were originally promoting it as a tie-in to that. Going into that show, they were promoting it as a lead into that movie. So they changed everything to adjust for the movie. They don't want oh, hey, listen, this is tied in. No, maybe it's not. They write out Strange all because he's a man, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is so petty." It's insane how
opportunities. Guys.
Yes, you're pushing away opportunities to.
It's like the ball is right. It's just right there. It's just right in front of you. Just take the shot. It's right there. It's like all set up, and then. Boom.
All right. Punk Waddle has a great comment. No, Punk Waddle, he said it was all a bunch of misdirects or very poor plan. I actually believe they planned that show out to an extent. I think when they did that whole Ralph Boner thing, don't get me wrong, I'm one of those guys who comes from the world of dick and fart and sex jokes. Like I'm the king of it. I love it. Even I couldn't laugh about that. When I can't find that joke funny, that's how bad they fucked up on. Because I expect Quicksilver, and they try to cop it out with a dick joke, and I'm thinking in my head, "Are you fucking kidding me? You replaced Quicksilver for a dick joke?" I couldn't believe it.
Think about this. The first trailers I saw of WandaVision, you know what my first thought was?
What?
House of M.
This
is how they're going to do X-Men. They're basically going to do the House of M storyline.
I could see that. I feel like they took elements of that story, just like they took elements from the Vision miniseries that came out half a decade ago with the Vision's family. So they did take. Obviously, they had that dog Sparky, who was in one episode, who was also the dog in that Vision book.
Right, because they ended up bringing the White Vision in at the very end.
Yes,
which is straight from the books.
Yes, that is straight from the book. So they did, obviously, someone in that team was looking at the books, clearly, because you don't just come up with those things and not have a nod to not knowing about the history. So someone was looking at these books. Someone had to piece together, wow, Mephisto would make sense to appear. If not, Nightmare, considering this is a lead into Doctor Strange. Either character would have been made sense. Mephisto would have been ideal, but Nightmare would have been a suitable substitute. And once again, they kept saying big reveal for the last episode, big reveal. And then all of a sudden, oh, there is no reveal. It's like, why did you guys say that for 4 to 5 weeks? Why did you waste our time and build us with all that hype? They lied to everyone, and they just didn't care. And then they made Wanda, like, I thought with Wanda they were gonna save her character, like, oh, she was manipulated into doing what she did, which I can get with.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, they make it worse by having her doing it knowingly. I'm like, bro, are you kidding me? You're okay with this being the idea? Why wouldn't you say, okay, Agatha Harkness? They had the opportunity right in front of them to just make her control her to some whatever magical power. It's comics, so they can work with this.
Mm-hmm.
They can make her be the cause of Wanda's bad decision. Nope. We're just gonna have Wanda be responsible by herself.
It does make me wonder that might be the case that might be addressed in Multiverse of Madness, is that if it's not Wanda basically kind of admitting that she fucked up, but it's probably a situation where what happened in WandaVision is going to haunt her.
It's gonna need to. Honestly.
It's gonna haunt her big time.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's
make
gonna
her
need
kind of
to
understand how much she fucked up.
It kind of needs to, because otherwise they're setting a very bad precedent of making it like a thing that they can just do that, and you expect it for these people to be called heroes. Right. I have a big issue with that. I take very big exception to that. So that's the only way I feel like that could be redeemed, if they do that. I mean, it's hard to tackle my interest in that movie because I love the Doctor Strange character. I love the character, but after what I've seen in Phase 4, which a lot of it I've skipped and some of it I've seen,
I thought the first Doctor Strange film, I really liked that.
I did too. I was a fan, and I liked how he was portrayed, especially in Infinity War. So I feel like, okay, they clearly got a good actor to play this character, and now we got identity politics in play. Bad opportunity when you have a movie based on magic and the supernatural,
right?
And they got America Chavez, and that's a whole other can of worms.
Chavez, I know that from what I'm hearing with America, that she is being retconned from her run, or at least from Gabby Rivera's run, which kind of kicked the whole thing off. Still one of the worst books ever, man. One of the worst things I've ever seen from Marvel. Dude. Jesus Christ. Funny as hell though, but
oh yeah.
But man, it's interesting. It's interesting to say the least, and I'm hoping for the best. But I'm, like I said, I walked away from all this after Endgame and after No Way Home. I was done. Like, I was willing to, and I will be honest with you, because I feel that Winter Soldier is still the best MCU film, and you can fight me on that. I was looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier, but after hearing what they were going to go for, and with Falcon and just hoping that it wasn't going to be the case, that it was going to be Falcon taking the mantle and not Bucky taking the mantle, especially with how they ended it with the whole "you got to do better." I'm like,
between that redhead ginger girl being Antifa.
Empty's Nest from Solo. You know what I'm talking
about? Dude, you had Antifa girl, and then they were literally killing innocent people, and they wanted you to sympathize. I'm like, bro, no.
Yeah,
no.
Like, you're not. Yeah, you're not. Yeah. It was like, yeah, this is a turn off immediately. I was like, I love both of the I love the chemistry between Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan.
Yeah,
but
I did too.
Plus, I do like the idea of Bucky basically trying to atone for the fucked up shit he was doing.
Yeah, I do. And that another thing. Why can't two dudes just be awesome friends? What's like? What the fuck is wrong with that?
They have great chemistry moments in both.
They do have
Civil
great
War.
chemistry.
That was laugh ass off.
No, they were great together. But they put them in that room in that show where they had them like really close to each other, and you knew they were doing that on purpose so they can get comments on Twitter about how they need to be shipped. Oh my god!
Right, and then that's another thing I'm doing with Eric. Was just like, I'm not a fan. Yeah, and that was kind of one of the reasons why I wasn't a fan of. Why I'm not a fan of Sam taking the mantle is because Falcon is his own character.
Mm-hmm. You're taking away from
It's
one
like,
of the
there's
very
no
first
legitimate. It's basically them saying that there's no legitimacy
in Falcon.
In Falcon, yeah.
And you're taking away not only just the Falcon, but one of the very first black superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, like I just
yeah, that's what I was hoping for. It would be, and then it's not a race thing. It's just that there's actual legitimacy to Falcon character. It's actually a lot of legitimacy. It's just I do feel that after reading Ed Brubaker's run of Winter Soldier, that it would be perfect for Bucky to take that mantle. It would have made
more sense. I mean, he actually is powered. Unlike the Falcon, he actually is powered. And he actually has the metal arm too, which works to his advantage. So he's got the tactical advantage by way of hand-to-hand combat. So he's got that going for him. And I like that I liked his suit that he had back when Bucky was kept. I liked Bucky's suit. I thought it was cool. He still had the red, white, and blues, but he had like the black pants. So I was cool with it. I was very cool with it. And he was actually cool as Cap. But dude, they just, oh my god.
Let me ask you this. Did you ever get the sense that after Winter Soldier, Bucky was nerfed?
Yes.
Because he wasn't as ruthless as he was in Civil War nor in Infinity War. In Endgame. I did not feel that he wasn't as ruthless as he once was, and I feel like he did get nerfed a bit.
What I think was here's what happened. Or sorry, this is my MCU conspiracy. I think if you remember when Sebastian Stan originally signed on, he was originally signed on for like what 9 to 11 flicks, something. Yeah. He was something huge, and everyone's like, oh hey, he's totally gonna be the next Captain America. They're gonna have Steve do many movies, and Bucky's gonna take the mantle after Steve. But then, obviously, all new, all different Marvel's happening. And then they're like, oh, crap, let's switch plans because clearly all new, all different Marvel was the testing ground for Phase 4. It was the testing ground. And now that I see it in retrospect now, I didn't know at the time, obviously.
I was like, it would work. It was just that the only difference, I think is because it would work. It would just like, it would basically be kind of the way in Ed Brubaker's run. It was just the only difference is that one of the more key and important factors is that he had a relationship with Natasha back when he was still with Hydra, and Natasha was still part of the Black Widow program. They actually had a relationship.
Yes, they did. Yes, they did. Yep, it's true. No, they had a very solid foundation, and they vaguely referenced it in Civil War. At least I interpreted it as that. It's hard to say if it was or was not. I think when she said like, "Don't you remember me?" something like that. It was a very vague nod.
It was a very big nod to Brubaker. Yep.
That's what I thought it was. I thought it was based off of that. I feel like then once all new, all different happened, they changed all the plans that they had for Bucky Barnes, and since then they have not known what to do with this character because like crap, we signed him for all these movies, and now we don't know what to do with him.
Sucks.
So in some ways, potentially, let's just say if everything I'm saying is true, if it is true, he just got gypped. He signed that mega contract, and now they don't know what to do with him. They literally had a plan for him. It seems like they had a plan for him, and now that changed to adjust to Phase 4, all new, all different, identity politics, whatever's the term you want to call it. And he got screwed because of all that.
Right. And when he sent to Wakanda, and I think it was like, oh, they could really do something with that, especially with his vibranium arm. Yeah, and I was like, this would be perfect. But then it felt like he was just kind of nerfed afterwards, and I was like, damn it! It's like you have this absolute. That's that was probably one of the reasons why I love Winter Soldier so much, was just how ruthless Bucky was. How fucking sick he was.
He was great. He was awesome. And it made sense for him, like his turnaround would be from Hydra to Captain America. That would brought his redemption journey full circle. But now we're never gonna know. We're seriously like, I feel like I could say that with confidence. We're never gonna know, because they're not gonna say, oh well, we can't have a white man replacing a black man. You know they're gonna play that. They're gonna play that card. They're committed to Sam, and I hate saying that because it makes it sound like I'm spiting Anthony Mackie, and I'm not. I like Anthony Mackie. I think he seems like a great guy. He seems like a great guy. I've heard from people who've talked to him many times, like when cameras are off, that he's a great guy.
I loved him all the way back in that, what was that shitty movie Crossover? It was like his later films. All the way back then.
He's got a lot of personality to him. Exactly. He's got a charm to him, and he's the type of guy I feel like I could sit down and have a coffee with you. We'd have a nice, productive conversation. I feel like Anthony Mackie gives off a very good vibe, and now I almost feel like his personality outside of Hollywood is what they want him to be in the movies. He seems like a man who wants to carry himself very well. He wants to be above things, but nowadays they just want his character to be laced and tied down to ideological ideas, and to stay in the position where he will always be oppressed. That's what they want. And Anthony Mackie comes off as a guy who's above that.
Yes, always. It's just I don't know. It's just like it could, like, well, a lot of the and I think it's just like a lot of good things. Like it's like, yeah, it was like when I look at a lot of the Disney Plus lineup, I was just like, you know what? Yeah, there's just nothing for me there. Like another thing I want to bring up, and that was Loki. Because
let's go down.
When I first saw the trailer, the first thing, and I know it's like I know Loki's kind of a mixed bag, and I know it's mostly on the negative side. But when I first saw a trailer for Loki, I was expecting it to be more of like, okay, let me put it this way. Winter Soldier was basically the MCU's version of a Jason Bourne film.
Oh,
they brought political espionage into an MCU film.
Yes.
Worked so well. Spider-Man Homecoming was basically the MCU's equivalent of a John Hughes 80s film.
Yes. Wow, well stated.
I was expecting Loki to be the MCU version of Doctor Who. It was going to be a type of show. Especially when you have someone is great actor Tom Hiddleston reprising the role. Only to kind of start with the whole Lady Loki thing, and kind of him falling in love for that one, and just kind of
that show opened up so many cans of worms. I appreciated the idea of what they were going for, in the sense of this world expanding, the universe is broken, and I appreciated that idea. I thought it was a very ambitious idea, especially on a TV show. I appreciated that, but I got sick of them, like Loki saying to, what was her name again? Angie. What was her name again? God.
What, the female Loki?
Yeah, female. We'll just say female Loki.
Okay, yeah.
He kept talking about how amazing she was. I'm just like, dude, oh my God. And I come from the whole, show, don't tell. It kept feeling like they're trying to say, you need to love this character, because all they kept talking about was how amazing she was. And to me, you show us why a character is great. Don't just keep telling us, shoving it down our throats, that this character is great. At the end of the day, the audience decides who they like. But then nowadays they want to decide what the audience can and can't like. That's what we're seeing now. They want to decide what the audience gets to like. They don't like the idea of the audience decide. They want to decide for us. They want to make up our minds. I'm not with that. I am not with that whatsoever.
You can totally see them, doing that Doctor Who kind of going that Doctor Who approach, and then setting up the whole the whole kind of arc with Lady Loki in the comics.
Yeah,
of Loki being in a different person's body like that. I think that could totally work.
Could have.
Totally work.
Yeah, I mean, I know we have had a female Loki of sorts, and she was definitely far more tolerable than what we got in that show. That and then they kept making a mockery of Loki himself in the show, which that got old after a while.
It highlighted that show. I think from the first trailer, I will admit it highlighted one specific issue, and it was the issue that I had with Captain Marvel.
And what would that be?
Making the Infinity Stones seem insignificant. Making everything that happened seem like it was planned. That was it was all Kang the Conqueror, it was all Kang the Conqueror. That was his intention for everything that's happened up until this point.
Yeah.
It was the same way I saw that with Captain Marvel, was just like them basically retconning the Tesseract and basically how Nick Fury lost his eye.
Oh, that was terrible. The eye scratching thing, and then Carol Avenger Danvers.
I was like, I'm not a fan of the retcons, and I do not like the idea of everything that was happening in the MCU just being planned the whole time. That nobody really didn't have any control over that. No single character in the MCU had any control over their destiny, over their actions, and it was all planned.
Yeah, see, I don't like that either. Granted, it could just be Kang being. I've thought about it. What if that was just Kang the Conqueror being full of shit? Let's just say that he was. It's still, you still put that idea in our heads that none of it matters, and it's not just about the good story that we're attached to. We attach ourselves to these universes because we're supposed to be told that these stories matter, and everything affects the other thing. And this kind of tells us nothing that you are into here matters, essentially. And I love continuity. I'm a big fan, and nothing can be perfect, and that's fine. But at least if you're trying, I can appreciate a good, valiant attempt at trying to maintain the continuity.
Yeah,
but
and
it seems
try
like
to be consistent. Yeah,
try to be consistent. But it seems like since Captain Marvel, they have just gotten a whole lot looser with continuity. It seems like they are now doing away with it just so they can do whatever they want. And I feel like that's not who I want involved with making these things. I want people who are going to respect what came before. Now it's a free for edit. And when you have a free for edit, you take away the stakes. You take away any tension. You take away any idea of, oh man, something could go wrong with this character, because now anything can be undone for the convenience.
Yeah, and I want to highlight Matt's comment real quick. Sorry about that. Hey, Matt,
no, you're good.
See you, sweetheart. Hope you're feeling better. I really do. Let's see you back. I know you'll be back next week. So she was covering Bucky's target, and he shot through her. Mentioned Winter Soldier. Okay. Made sense.
I'm trying to think what Mads' comment is. That from? Was that in the show, or she talked about one of the movies?
I think it was mentioned in Winter Soldier. Okay. She was covering Bucky's target.
Oh, Civil War.
Civil War. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So she sees where I'm coming from then on that when mentioned Winter Soldier. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I see what she's getting on.
Yeah. No. You're right, because I was like, that was a not line Ed Rebekah's, but really that was that whole scene in Washington was she's played again. She got shot straight through the shoulder like that. I was like, but it's thank you for bringing that up, Matt. I lost that there, but it's just like a lot of Disney Plus stuff. I'm like, man, I was like, I don't want to. I think it was part of the reason why I was like, I don't want to see Captain Marvel, was because I don't want the fact that what happened in the first Avengers and even Captain America, the first Avenger, just completely retconned with the Tesseract. I don't like that. I don't like.
I don't either.
The fact that I don't. That's why I refuse to see it. It's like I don't like how when you had all this set up. When you go back to phase one, the first couple of films and all those little shorts that they were doing.
Yes,
at the
I
end,
love those.
setting up the Avengers. Yeah, setting up Coulson, setting up everything there.
Mm-hmm.
I do hate that it's being retconned. I refuse to
All
watch
to appease Captain Marvel.
I
They're doing all
refuse
this
to
shit
watch
to
Loki
appease it.
because I don't like the idea of nothing that what happened the entire time. It didn't mean shit.
Yeah, I hate that none of it essentially matters. Yeah, because it puts so much in like emotional investment from 2008 till 2019, and now we're just it kind of reminds me of, I'm gonna open up a whole other can of worms here, but a reference to a specific line in a certain 2017 movie where they said, "Let the past die." It feels like this is Marvel's way of saying, "Let the past die." And you know a movie I'm talking about when they said "Let the past die." Yeah, that one. And like I said, I'm not gonna name it. You know what I'm talking about.
I feel like I should ban that name on my channel because you mentioned that name, and that's gonna set me off. And I'm not gonna stop.
That line, I feel like the Marvel with those episodes, this is their way of saying that. They're saying just ignore continuity, just nothing essentially matters. And it's like, bro, are you kidding me? And I've seen some people, usually it's more on like the normie side of things, where they're like, oh, no one cares about continuity. I'm like, normies don't care about continuity.
No,
it's nerds, it's geeks, it's sci-fi storytellers. Many people care about continuity.
When you built up such a vast universe for over 10 years that has become this worldwide phenomenon, and the reason people go to see movies, continuity does matter in a way.
Yes, it does.
You can't just throw it away like that.
Because of continuity, we were able to get phases 1, 2, and 3 the way they were planned. Granted, I'm sure there was a few adjustments along the way.
Yeah, there will always be adjustments.
That's for anything.
Always.
That's for anything. Good or bad, that will always happen. There's always be adjustments because sometimes you have to do that. But
they made sure not to ignore it.
Yeah.
Even if they didn't acknowledge it, they made sure that it had to be consistent and make sure they didn't keep that in mind.
It was very tight. It was a very they're a well-oiled machine. Whether you liked or didn't like all the movies wasn't even relevant. It was just the idea that they were making sure everything mattered at the very least. It all mattered.
Everything follows through. And I know that was and that was and I do think that was one of the big pitfalls of the MCU, was that a lot of times people only go to MCU films just to see the preview for the next one, just to see what's going to lead up to the next one, instead of kind of enjoying it on its own. That's why I loved I think there's only a few MCU films that stand alone that feel like that if it was just completely standalone, it would still be fantastic. Winter Soldier's one of them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's just, even as a standalone movie, it's fantastic.
It's a great movie standalone. No, it is great. And
I don't say that many. I mean, I could probably argue that maybe the first Guardians of the Galaxy could still work as a standalone.
It could, it could.
No Way Home definitely works as a standalone.
Yeah,
does. Surprisingly works as a standalone.
No Way Home does. And that's the thing. When you and I were going off for a half hour earlier in the stream about how much we love things that were happening in No Way Home, we weren't talking about the next movie. We weren't talking about the Doctor Strange show. We were talking about the Spider-Man movie that we saw. And that's where the conversation should be at the Spider-Man movie. And that's very pleasing to have seen that movie in the theaters twice and to be excited about the current movie and to still be excited. And the fact that it's still pulling in the numbers that it is, it's great to see. And then people clearly still want to see a good movie out there.
Right, and it didn't rely so well. Okay. To be fair, No Way Home did rely a lot on the cameos, but
It did, but those cameos had
the
substance
way
to
it was
them.
handled, yeah,
Those
the
cameos
way they
had
handled
substance.
the cameos was incredible.
The
Yeah.
fact that they made Toby like he's like the, I guess you could say like the elder statesman,
Yes,
or the big brother, and then you had like the neglected middle brother with Andrew Garfield. Their characters had meaning to being there, and they were there to be basically part of Tom Holland's Peter Parker's origin story. Because if you think about it in retrospect, all three of these movies are basically the origin trilogy in a way.
yep.
Because he lost his suit, he lost what he thought was a friend in Mysterio. Then he loses his aunt. Then he loses all his aspects of his social life. He lost his identity. So it's an origin trilogy, and I didn't think about it. Obviously, I didn't notice that when Homecoming, Far From Home came out.
I didn't realize that this was Amazing Spider-Man 3, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man 4 rolling in one film. I was like, damn, this feels like a sequel to this film as well.
Yeah. No, and it was cool that we got to hear Andrew say, I went down a dark path. And then Toby just said, things were a little tough for a while, but eventually we worked it out. And that was cool to have those things. And once again, that movie actually relied on continuity.
It kept close to it. It stayed close
yes.
to it.
And it was faithful. It was faithful. And it didn't also, which is something a lot of current Hollywood tropes do, they want to prop up a new character only to shun the old one. And I actually thought they were going to prop up.
No, I agree. Yeah,
I thought they were going to prop up. I thought they were going to prop up Tom Holland's Peter to knock down Toby and Andrew, but they didn't. They didn't, and it was great.
I love the way they handled Tom Holland's Peter.
I do too,
and I especially loved how. I especially loved it. Like Garfield's Peter was so angsty in the first two films. To see them how very accepting and how very open he is, especially to Ned and Michelle, especially at the opening scene, I love that. I love what they did to the kids. I loved how with Toby's Peter, he was very accepting. It was at a point in his life where it was like kind of settled down. He started to accept, what his destiny was, what he was, and that's why he became that bigger brother. He saw it as a bigger brother figure, and it worked so well. And believe me, I was terrified that Toby was going to get killed off at the end, and only to find out, no, they weren't going to do that. I was like, I was like, okay, good.
No, okay. Now here's the thing: if Toby had gotten killed off for a hero's death, I could have accepted it only because it's a hero's death.
I could have, because it would have made sense. Because that was like you did, making sure that you're basically trying to do what he was doing back in the first film. It was like the first film was like, he did not want to see Tom Holland's Peter go down that same path. It was like, let's and it's like, man, I go back to continuity and everything. It's just like it's important because it helps you understand, but also with continuity is that it helps you be able to do standalone stuff. Be able to give you the confidence to stray away from not having to, adhere to continuity. Building that up, it's I appreciate that, and I was like, fuck. I think at this point we're at the 3.5 hour mark. I think it's time to wrap it up. I did not realize we were gonna go this far.
It's okay. It's okay. Talking about comics and continuity are conversations that could go on for hours.
I wanted to get into Batman. I wanted to at least get into the DC side with Batman and everything, but I was like, we have to say that for another time or something.
We'll have to do a part 2. We'll have to do a part 2. I would love to do a follow-up.
Yes. Just go to the DC side. And like I said, guys, I will finish this Thor this week and I will send it out.
Oh,
Nick as a
yes.
gift.
I'll put up on the
like-
wall behind me.
Like I said, a funny thing I thought about. The funny thing we talk about continuity is because when 2018, back in 2018, there was Into the Spider-Verse came out, and then there was this big trend on all social media sites called Spider-Sona, where everybody was making their own versions of Spider-Man, and I did one of my own, and I played around the idea of that. This is another multiverse. And I thought of, and I did when I'm working on this Thor drawing and how I'm kind of taking different elements from different eras of Thor. I was like, this could probably be Thor from the same, or this could probably be my version of Thor from my own Marvel continuity. I dubbed it Earth 1990. So this is the Makiverse. This is the Makiverse. The Makiverse universe Thor.
Oh, that's great.
I could totally do a series of that, just like my own version, universe. So that's always a fun thing. Thank you guys so much, and thank you to everybody who stuck by. I think it feels like a lot of people stuck through the entire 3 hours while we were talking.
That's shocking.
Purple Valkyrie, who was here from the start of the stream all the way to the end. Thank you, Purple. Thank you, Grumpy. Thank you, so many people who stopped by. Ironcaster was here the entire 3 hours. Everybody was here. So that is it from us, guys. I'm going to say a huge thank you to this man right here, 32 Flavors of Nickweiser, who really put on a hell of a show. And I like the fact that we definitely, even without Mads and Bruce here, we were still able to kind of, stay able to
fort down,
keep it going. Yeah.
Oh, easily.
But it's just me,
Yeah, dude, we got this. I said from the beginning, we said we got this. It's gonna go off without a hitch, and just the two of us, man to man. People listening, anywhere between 12 and 22 people, which is awesome. And the fact that most of you stuck around is crazy because, this was almost 3.5 hours. We appreciate it. Maka appreciates it. I appreciate it.
I appreciate the fact that it was Nick who was able to get Tom to stop by. Nick somehow got Tom to pop in the chat. I was like, I've been waiting for this moment.
Everything in your life was leading to Tom showing up.
Yeah, I was waiting. I see Tom always pop up in everybody's chat. I was like, I know he's gonna pop in my chat at some point. I was waiting for it. I was hoping for it. I was like, maybe it's not gonna happen. Then I see Tom. I was like, wait, what? By the way, I am going to try to reach out to Tom for when we do the 1K sub celebration. I am going to try to invite Tom to come on. I was like, yes, I finally did it. Anyway, oh my goodness, we should have Tom as a guest. I don't know.
You should. No, you should. He'll do it.
We can do some TMNT stuff with him. That would be great.
Oh, he'd love it.
Happy about that.
Love it.
Shellback, hey, what about us little people? Okay, Shelly. Okay, you guys are amazing. Wait, Shell, you only popped in like half, like at the 2.5 hour mark. Oh, I'm just kidding. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead. Give it over to the guest of honor here. There's two native flips. Nick, tell the way to find you. Tell all that stuff.
All right,
everyone. All of Nick's links are in the description. Go sub to him. What you got for us this week?
Thank you. Makini, it's been a pleasure. I thank you for your time. This was well worth the wait. The fact that we managed to score a mini Mahler style stream out of this, it was glorious.
And with 30, and what Grumpy says, got 36 like hype. Let's see if we get 40. Let's get to at least 40.
Yeah, let's get to 40.
Come on.
So get to 40 for Mock. Get to Mori for Mock.
Ounces.
I thank the chat. I thank Mock for letting me on here. It's been fun talking for this extensively. I like Captain America. I could do this all day.
I know.
Now, for me, this Tuesday on Toxic Tuesday, we'll be talking Animal House, and on the Comic Shop talk on Friday night, we'll be talking issues 9 through 12 of the original ASM Stanley Steve Ditko run. And I also will be reviewing the Batman calzone pizza this week. So keep your eyes and ears open for those things.
But I'm staying too for that because I really want to know what
You'll
this is
know
all
when
about.
it's out.
I really want to
You'll
know
know.
what this is all about. You got to let me in on that, man. I know about that. All right,
You'll know.
that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the first of 5 straight freaking guest streams we'll be doing. So next week is Loki's Stone Loki, Avoidance Loki, Mesa, my brother Loki, which I feel like I should have had him on as a guest like a long time ago. I can't wait. Maybe we'll probably see Fats in the chat. We'll probably mess with both of us. If Fats shows up in the chat during Loki stream next Sunday, I'll bring him in. But yeah, but yes, Loki next Sunday, and then the Sunday after it is the lovely Purple Valkyrie. And I know everybody's excited for that. The moment I put the stream up, there was already people are already dropping likes on the Purple Valkyrie stream. the moment I put it together. So I was like, yeah. So this is going to be very exciting. Then week 4 will be Xevious, an amazing comic book artist.
Oh, nice!
Xevious. And then finally, we'll round up the week of guests with a new YouTuber, someone who's been hanging out in the chats of many streams, Miss Mags of Magitech. And then after Mags stream will be the 800 celebration. The late 800 celebration stream, that's what I'll call. So
I love it.
Plenty of content. Now I gotta double check though, unfortunately, because hopefully I don't have to reschedule, but if it does, I will let you guys know ahead of time, because we may have to move up. We'll see. Just play the ear, guys. Stay tuned to my Twitter, stay tuned to all my social media. I'll let you guys know we might have to reschedule just a bit, but we're going to try to keep the flow going. Other than that, Nick, thank you for guys for being here. Before I give you guys heads up, there will not be a Maki sketch diary tomorrow. I'm going to push that back to next Monday. So I will have a new journal entry next Monday for page 10/page 11. But in the meantime, don't expect it Monday afternoon. It'll just be that. But other than that, you guys can find me tonight on Twitch. We're back playing some Race Driver Grid, and then plenty of stuff this week going on. I want to start doing another video series with some morning sketches or something. I don't know. Oh, by the way, you know what? Let me go ahead. I forgot to. We got this. Let me show this up because I gotta bring my daily stuff. So I've been doing morning sketches a lot, and these are the ones I've done for this week. So Makima of Chainsaw Man, Videl, Dragon Ball. Now I did this one for Talon. This one Dark Talon because it was Darth Elena's birthday. I did a post sketch. Did one of Cat Peach, and then I did this one yesterday during Teacher Historian stream. So plenty of morning sketches I've been doing. I've used plenty of stuff for me. You guys know the drill. Other than that, guys, that is it for me and Nick. Almost wraps there. I am Makini 90, artist and illustrator, and I will see you all next time for another video live stream. So until then, take care and much love. And as a custom to every guest we do, the guest is going to take us out. So Nick, the floor is yours, sir. Bring us home.
Guys, you have a great day. You have a magical one. Eat pizza. Eat lots of pizza.
Exactly.
More pizza, more gluten. Always stick with the gluten. It's not about what gluten can do for you, but about what you can do for gluten. So stay true to the gluten and eat lots of pizza. I'll see you all this week all over YouTube. Also, I'm on Gilded, the Discord alternative. Follow me on Gilded. All right?
And I will look into Rumble this week as well.
And then follow Mock on Rumble.
I will try to look into Rumble, at least today.
You guys have a great day. Thank you for hanging out with us. And Makini, once again, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you all in a few days for Toxic Tuesday Animal House. That will be it for me. Yeah?
All right.
It's been good. Thank you, sir.